Hello, everybody, and welcome to Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation. Let me be the first to wish you all a very happy 22nd episode. Yes, that's right. We've been doing this for 22 weeks. How's it going, everybody? I want to start, Elf. I need to ask you, how's day 2 going?
It sucks. But today, coffee.
Right, okay. All right, okay. All right. So for those of you who may not know, our dear Ishi Snaggletooth is engaging in a process of drinking not so much the soda, which I'm very proud of you. Not because I think drinking soda is bad or anything, but because anyone trying to do or not do anything, it's good luck. It's a
Listen,
challenge.
I was drinking almost a 2 liter a day. It was like real bad. Yeah, this is a real bad situation. So this is necessary for my benefit. What I have noticed, I'm already eating more. There's like no calories in water, but there is in soda.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So.
So you're replacing it with coffee. So you don't have you're
No,
not feeling like sleepy and grumpy.
The coffee is done because I didn't want the caffeine headache right now. But water in this cup for the foreseeable forever.
Yeah. Cool. Day 2's coping mechanisms. We'll check in with you again next week, say how it's going. Keep on it. Good work. How was that? I was going to ask you about your con experience there, little fucks, but you got a mouthful of rations. I'll let you finish.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
How's it going? You're in beautiful Colorado enjoying a convention. Folks at home, Andrew has made time in their busy convention schedule to come and play this game with us. So thank you for that.
Yeah, it maps perfectly to the afternoon slot.
Yeah.
Which is 2 to 6 local time. So
how is the rest of the con gone?
Well, I went and said hi to everyone,
Mm-hmm.
and we did the kind of little scrum to schedule things out. So I've got a couple of things booked. I'm gonna sign up for some more things probably tomorrow morning, but it's shaping up to be pretty nice.
Nice.
I'm doing my usual dirtbag back panel organizing of at least one game. So
Excellent. Yeah,
shady
that's a good call. Yeah, I find that with very heavily scheduled cons, I usually will just not be able to bother scheduling anything, and I'll be like, well, I'll just show up and we'll just see what happens, I guess.
Something will come of it, I guess. Yeah.
Do you have any weird LARPs in your con schedule this year?
No, this is not a very LARP heavy con because it's very small. I think some folks played
weird LARPs
today, but
no.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's cool. Well, I'm glad you're having a good time. And it's got one more full day after this one, right?
No, it was like Thursday night, Friday all day, Saturday all day, Sunday all day.
Oh, so it's the whole weekend. That's right. Yeah.
It's the whole weekend. Yeah, it's a big one. So I'll still get lots of chances to play.
Primo. Yeah, for anyone who hasn't attended like a small local tabletop role-playing game con, I've had nothing but good experiences with them. My favorite one is Go Play Northwest, which is in Seattle in the summer. But those little cons are always so much fun. So definitely try and find one in your neighborhood. And if you don't have one, then find one like I do across the border where actual people live, because I guess no one lives in Vancouver.
It's weird for me because those smaller conventions I get like more social anxiety about.
Yeah.
Because they're like more personal, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, you have like more of a personal connection to a smaller con for sure.
Yeah. I just don't like doing stuff with strangers, so I'm like about big cons. So I like Go Play because I kind of know everybody. But yeah, I tend to like those little ones better. But going to cons is fun, regardless. I think of whether you go to the big ones or the small ones. It's a thing that I would suggest to everybody try out at least once in their life. It's good stuff.
I gotta figure out my con plans this year. I haven't done anything yet.
Yeah. Are you gonna come out to Go Play?
I hope so.
I hope so too.
Certainly.
Yeah, I had a good time last year. It was good stuff. That's cool. Blue Jay, what have you been up to since yesterday or last week?
In real life stuff, I'm almost done completely unpacking all of the things that I moved here, which is a really good feeling because I don't even think at my last place that I ever had like a place where everything goes, like you kind of, because I was only at my last place for like 9 months. So you kind of just like dump things somewhere and say, I'll get to that. Mm-hmm. But I'm working really hard at trying to not do that and actually like find a place for everything and everything in its place, For like work kind of stuff. I've been playing a lot of Surviving Mars, which is really fun. I'm enjoying that. I've actually the other morning I was watching one of my friends play it, and she was having the same trouble that I had with the beginning, how the tutorial just isn't very like at all there, and it's hard to figure out how to start things up. And so I was like, just call me up on Discord and I'll be your tutorial. And I was joking, but she like called me on it, and that was really fun. So
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. And that's by the same company that does Stellaris and
It's by the same publisher that does Stellaris. The company, it's by the same company that does City Skylines.
Yes. I always thought that was an interesting thing. You see it in movies a lot, where they'll be like, from the producers of, and you're like, great, the same people paid for this, I guess, as the other people. It's very confusing when a production company will put out like two very different things, but put their name on both in a prominent way. So you're like, oh, I like this one game, and you play the other one, you're like, what in the name of God is going on here? This is insane. So you're digging it. You're gonna keep playing it next week, you think?
Yeah. I'm at a point where I'm kind of like mid-game on my first colony, and I'm currently trying to figure out where because there's obviously a lot of complexity in city builders, but it just comes down to learning. So I'm looking forward to making huge mistakes and killing everyone.
Perfect. That's what a mission to Mars should be like.
Yeah.
Huge mistakes, killing everyone. You're gonna be the Elon Musk of the imaginary future.
Well, and the best thing with city games is you always find out way too late that you've made some like fundamental flaw in your design.
Yeah.
Like, oh, hour 6, I realized that I should have laid out my streets in this totally different way. Okay, great. Well, it's stuck like that now, which I guess is true to real cities as well.
Unless I'd like to demolish the whole thing.
Listen, I can't even get through a game of Mini Metro without horribly screwing something up. And in that game, you're allowed to rebuild all the subways. So, like, I can't even imagine trying to build a real, actual city that people live in and use. Because no, thank you. I'll imagine fantasy lands instead of real ones. I'm out on the real shit. Yep.
Personally, Space Empire. So that's where it's at.
There you go. That's where it's at. You got it.
Yeah, the Stellaris Apocalypse expansion. I saw Elf had some real good fights in that.
The best clip ever of my stream may exist now. I think it's probably the best clip ever. That doesn't have me saying something really compromising.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say, because I've been in some streams with you where you've said some compromising shit. Yeah.
Something about liking being surrounded by dudes.
Yeah, I believe that's the one.
There was another thing about fisting.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Stop.
Watch Elf long enough and see. I was gonna go the classy route and not call it out, but that's fine. Blue Jay
I'm not classy at all. It's fine.
So Dave, between last episode and this one, how many alternate backup characters have you made?
Well, since I haven't rolled them, like technically none.
No, technically. But in your mind,
I think I've settled on like 3 or 4 that I'm pretty into. But I'm just not scared of falling off a mountain and dying anymore.
that's good. It's good to not be afraid of it.
By episode 10. After that, I'm like, nah, Adam's giving me plot armor. I'll be fine.
Oh, is that how it is?
And then Malik dies.
Yeah, rude. Well, I mean, you are climbing a very tall
It turns
building.
out that Kirsabal is a dangerous place to fall
Yeah,
off.
weirdly. The Aarakocra are like, welcome to Kirsabal, but not you. And they just push you off the cliff.
Pick
Not
you
you.
up with their talons and just throw
Get
you
out.
over.
Just shove.
You actually have reverse plot armor. He's just going to arbitrarily kill you for the reasons of the plot, even though the mechanics are commanded.
I always like there's a few. I've played a few games in my day that have like luck mechanics, because as a GM, the one thing, and I've actually this will be good to introduce the NPC reaction thing that I just added to our game, but I feel like there are certain circumstances in which you kind of need to just know like a random person for something to happen to, or when someone asks something that's not based on skill or any knowledgeable thing in the world, but just like randomly, I guess it could or could not be true. Some games have luck mechanics where it's like, well, if a bad thing has to happen, it happens to the person with the worst luck. But in that absence, you can always add tables. So this session for random encounters, if you see a table result that shows NPC reaction. I've built that table using a table from my favorite version of Dungeons and Dragons, Moldvay Basic. Put that together and I threw it in this game. So this way, when I'm rolling random encounters and I don't know how they might start, I'm going to just roll on that table. So you'll see things like uncertain, monster confused, or immediate attack, and that'll help me kind of randomize that stuff. So keep an eye out for those.
Cast Fireball on Malik.
Yeah, I actually added that as a part of the table. Yeah.
I mean, the party has been rolling on that table secretly, Adam, this whole time. That's why some of it has seemed a little weird that sometimes we just fight right away. But it's because we rolled.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Instantly attack.
Table rolling.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do the thing, shall we? Let's introduce our characters and jump into it. So, Distracted Elf, tell us about Ishi Snaggletooth real quick.
Do I really need any further introduction than I have ever had in this particular situation? Easy Snaggletooth, Kobold Fighter, Battlemaster, level 5, best Kobold you've ever met, ever.
I mean, I think that's probably true. I think that's a true statement. Down below Ishi Snaggletooth, Andrew, tell us about Little Fox.
Little Fox is a barbarian. She's big, tall, furbolg, and she likes birds that aren't people. We'll see how she likes people birds. Jury's still out.
All right, we'll see. We'll see who gets thrown off Kirsabal today. Seemingly, supposedly invincible. Dave, tell us a little bit about Malik.
Sure. Yeah. Malik is a human sorcerer. He has a draconic bloodline. That's how he gets his sorcery powers. And his favorite thing to do is fire things.
Yes, a fireball at any and every opportunity. Yeah.
Yep. When everything looks like a crater. I'm not sure how to finish that.
To a man with a fireball, all the world is a goblin.
Yep. Malik the Incineratrix. And then rounding out the party, the fishiest boy. Congratulations, by the way, on winning the Oscar. Nice work, Arcturus.
Yeah, I in between all of this adventuring in Chult, I ran into this guy named Guillermo. Fucking weird. But you know, he
build the bowl.
He filmed a documentary about my erstwhile romance with a human, and it was great.
Yeah, so listen, every adventure at some point in their life, takes some time off to star in some questionable student films. It's fine.
I was gonna say, what you're saying is Arcturus has a real nice butt.
Yes.
I believe that's canon. I think.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Yes.
As far as D&D goes, though, statistically, what's Arcturus' deal?
Statistically, we're 0 for 0 on wooing the ladies.
Right, the only important stat that matters.
Yeah.
Attempted romances succeed, fail.
Yeah. I mean,
thankfully, in Dungeons and Dragons, you don't get experience points for romance. There's no XP for love. So
okay, I'm a level 5 Triton Tempest cleric. There you go.
There we go. That's the good stuff.
How brutal a statement. There's no XP.
You don't get XP for falling in love, fools. You get XP for murder times.
I'm all melancholy now.
Yeah, I love it.
Dave, I love it. So you, the group of you, we probably begin episode 22 with an establishing shot of Kirsabal. Kirsabal being the kind of mountainous plateau. There are several of these of varying sizes. Kind of we've seen them throughout the show so far. Bits of rock that sort of jut up out of the jungle, pillar-like. Some are large enough to contain small towns atop them. Others so small that they have only a fire and some terrafolk. This guy is like medium size. This is Kirsabal, an ancient monastery, supposedly or seemingly sacred to Uptau, though like many other things sacred to Uptau, it doesn't respond to yelling the way you might expect. And this one is occupied after the fact by a clutch, roost, flock probably, of Aarakocra, and they live amidst the temple, and they are led by an elder Aarakocra called the Teacher, who you are yet to meet. Now, as you climb the arduous steps, made your way up and have been escorted into the cleansing chamber, I think we now see you ready to ascend and to go into the monastery proper. So.
Yeah, we just cleansed ourselves, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We just saw you anoint yourself with the sacred dust, and so everybody, I think, is climbing up the ladder into the second chamber up above, the cleansing chamber, and we see you covered in gold dust emerge into the upper area of the room. So in this room, once you ascend here, this area has a wooden shelf on one side, and on it there are candles. They're not currently lit because it's daytime. There are some candles piled up. They're currently out. There is a statue, Ishi, near where you're standing. A wooden statue whose obvious age and use has long worn away any features. You can tell that it's basically human in shape, right? You can kind of make out a head and some shoulders, but it's been touched so much and over so much time that it now just has been worn perfectly smooth. At its feet, there is a pile of flowers, and in varying states of decay, there are fruits and other sort of plant offerings that seem to have been brought up and left here. The shrine additionally has on the side where you're standing, Arcturus, there is a box of what looks like fabric, just a big box of fabric, and you can hear the flapping of wings outside as the Aarakocra come up to the next level and land on the bridge outside.
Hey, Arcturus,
Yes.
what do we do now?
Well, is there any indicator of like if there's another thing that we should be doing? Like Little Fox last time was the one that figured out what to do with the various powders. But
You could make a religion check if you wanted.
yeah, I want to see if there's something that we're supposed to do in this room before we go outside and they hate us for not doing it. 6. So
No, this does not. None of this stuff seems to be the accoutrement of any Aarakocran religion that you know, right? Like the Aarakocrans they worship a group of like a pantheon of deities known as the Wind Dukes, who are the like lords of the elemental plane of air, and this is not their jam as far as you can tell.
This religious periphery is not familiar to me.
Little Fox, you immediately intuit you immediately intuit that the box is the ritual vestments, like scarves. They're like a thin material. They're scarves or veils, and that there is a you're meant to like conceal yourself in them before you proceed.
Yeah, so Little Fox will walk over to the box and pull one out, and she'll put one on Ishi first because she doesn't trust Ishi to like do it right.
What the?
Listen, it says on the box, please put on your own veil before assisting others.
In case of the apocalypse.
In case of religious emergency, veils will drop from the ceiling.
And so, yeah, she like wraps up Ishi in a, traditional. It's probably in a manner that is not perfectly in keeping with the tradition that this would be from, but something similar that Little Fox knows herself. She'll like wrap her up and then throw one on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Arcturus would be like, how is it that you're familiar with about have you encountered these Cholton Aarakocra before? Or
and just a very large hand pushes a scarf into his chest. And no words. And Little Fox is gonna like peek out the door and check out what's next.
I think this might be too many scarves.
Right, so we look over at Ishi, and Ishi, you look like a Dark Souls character. Like you're just like your whole hand is like wrapped, and you just see your little eyes
because
poking
you
out.
can't put like a veil because she's got like a snout,
Yeah.
right? So it doesn't really work. You gotta like wrap it in scarf.
Yeah,
I mean, it works. Your features are obscured.
I wonder because I'm already wearing very similar garb, so probably don't want to take mine off. But I take one of the scarves and just like put it over the bottom layer.
Yeah. You already have your headscarf part on, right? Your hair is covered, so it's easy enough to integrate a veil into that. So just covering yourself from the eyes down.
Yep.
Yeah. So it fits right into your outfit already.
Sweet.
Cool. Okay, so let me move you outside so we can get another quick look at the outside section. There's another set of stairs climbing up to the main monastery building. You'll be able to enter in through the side. And this monastery, the outside of it, is basically covered in Aarakocra. There's like a dozen or more of them perched up on the roof, out on this balcony, and they're watching you with great curiosity. Their bright plumage shining in the light, and they all just kind of like watch as you climb up the stairs and enter into the monastery itself. So you're going to be coming in from the side. So you enter a small room over yonder, right here.
There's a lot of rooms on this map.
Yeah. So y'all can't see it because the map is intentionally designed to like obfuscate certain things from you. But yeah, it's broken down into sections. There's the main map of Kirsabal in the center, and then there's smaller maps all around it. So this area, you've entered into the monastery. You're in the lower section of it, and this room is seems like maybe a meeting room. It has a large table, and when you walk in, there are a couple of what look like Aarakocra like monks. They're wearing simple robes over their chest, obviously freeing their arms and legs and letting their wings emerge. But yeah, they're all standing around in the room, and they don't look surprised. They see you come in, and they all look at you judgingly, right? Kind of looking and making sure that you're properly sanctified before you come in. And I think you, Little Fox, you did a good job. You get some pretty good rolls on your religion, and so they just nod, and one nearest the door puts a red feathered hand on the door and pushes it open and allows you to proceed through.
I think we did it.
So yeah, the group of you proceed into what must be the main chamber. This is the prayer hall. It's the main hall of the monastery. The rafters of the ceiling area are a full 60 feet above you. And then there's the thatched roof, another 15 feet above that. It's a big sort of empty interior tower. There are stairs that lead up across the room. And on the floor, as soon as you walk in, you see the massive circular labyrinth symbol of Ubtao. When you come in, you hear decidedly human-sounding footsteps run up the stairs, like someone is like taking off up the stairs, like someone small. It's not like big, like thumping footsteps, but you hear like the slap of bare feet as someone scrambles up the stairs when you come in.
So it's a bear.
Yes. Yeah. There's a couple of Aarakocra out on the little patio. The wind kind of drifts through this place. It's very airy, and right in front of you, there's an elder-looking Aarakocra who is sweeping dust off of the floor out towards the balcony, and he looks up when you come in.
Little Fox, should I? It's the symbol thing, right? Tower, right? Should I do the?
And Little Fox nods at the first bit.
Should I
Yes, this is the symbol of Ubtao.
Should I do the thing?
No.
Is that what I'm supposed to do? Like,
Nope. No, just nope. Not this time.
And Arcturus is like looking around and taking it in, and then like Yushu says that, and I think he like clears his throat and steps forward a little and says to the Aarakocran elder in common so that everyone else can hear. We appreciate being allowed into your monastery. I'm not accustomed with Aarakocra who worship as you do. I would love to learn more about your customs here.
The Aarakocra squints his parody eyes at you, and he says in Aarakocran, as he shakes his head, he says, "Not worship. We follow the Wind Dukes, but this is a sacred place. All sacred places should be respected. We keep it for those who are gone."
So you keep up this place for...
He looks up, and you see someone up on the balcony above with little like child's hands. It's a little kid. He's little dark skinned hands, big white eyes like, staring through the bars down at you. But he's dressed like an Aarakocra. He's got a cloak of mismatched feathers. He's got a little hat with a beak sticking up off the top. And his are the bare feet you heard running up the stairs. You startled him. He ran away. And he's just peering through down at you. And this Aarakocra just looks up at him and looks back. Those who are gone and those who hope to return.
I give him a little wave.
He makes a squawking noise and runs off up the stairs.
The kid?
Yeah. He's like, ah! And like, flap, like runs up these other stairs and then up at the next level.
Interesting.
But it was definitely a human kid. Yeah.
Yep.
Huh. Is there a place here where you worship the Wind Dukes? I would love to pay my respect.
He looks up. Closest to the sky.
Is it accessible to those who do not fly?
He nods, and he says, "No temple, no shrine, but the open sky up above."
Of course.
What about this teacher? You wouldn't happen to be him, would you?
He laughs, and it's like this is the thing that, like, it sounds like a bird mimicking human laughter. So it's this very, very like squawky kind of like, ha, ah, ah, ah. And he says, it's funny, he understands common, but Arcturus, you're having to translate everything. He doesn't speak it.
Oh, okay.
So Arcturus is having to translate. And he says, no. The teacher is great, wise, and old. I am just a monk. Sweeping with the broom.
And yeah, like Arcturus relays it and then says, did they say to Malik, did they say we were to meet with this teacher? Or what was his name? Nafir?
Yeah, Nafir is your friend that you saved.
Yeah. But they
Yeah,
said,
Nafir is on patrol.
yeah. Oh, a clarification for
last
me
time.
from last time. We were going to meet with this teacher person. That was what we were brought into
Yes.
this
Yeah, I think so.
episode for. Okay.
They mentioned them.
May we meet with this teacher then, if you are not them?
He nods and says, "If the teacher did not wish to see you, you would not be here." And he looks at the steps. And it's basically, he's like, "Go on ahead."
Right.
Okay, more stairs. Great.
Yeah, so little fox will lead the way.
Okay. So you start to climb the stairs. You come to the bottom of this set of stairs, and you see someone standing at the top, two someones, in fact, standing at the top of the stairs. One is a woman, barely more than a girl, and she's standing looking down the steps imperiously, like she's been waiting for you to come up. And so as she hears you coming, you can kind of see her like adjust her pose. She has a cloak of feathers, but no like hat. And then hiding behind her is that young boy. I've got a handout. Let me show it to you.
Yeah.
So there they are. And the girl, she puts her hand out and she says in common, "Where do you think you're going?"
I want a cloak of feathers real bad.
Yeah.
And the fox just like indicates, like points behind them.
And she
Doesn't say anything.
She shakes her head and she says, "Not before you pay proper homage." And the kid behind her is just like making like nervous little bird sounds.
Praise Ubtao.
She shakes her head and looks at you and she says, "Foolish kobold, Ubtao is gone. Praise to me, Queen of Chult." And she like grins.
Okay, praise to you.
And she like tips her head back like, "Yeah, damn right." And what about the rest of you?
As a kobold, I have no problem.
No, totally, yeah.
Like, oh, you're Queen of Chile? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And what about the rest of you? Do you not bow before your queen?
I'm not Chilton, but are you the teacher we have come to?
No, she isn't.
And
No,
Little
she
Fox is
doesn't
walking,
just
like
say-
walks up the stairs and
she-
is just
yeah.
like right
Yeah,
next to you now.
You walk up to her, and you're at eye level, even though you're standing like 2 stairs below her.
Yeah.
And she like stares at you, and she says, "You are a fiery one, aren't you? You do not kneel before the queen?"
No queens. And she crosses her arms.
"This is my country. You may not recognize me. I am queen in exile. I am called Moxanare, and you should be bowing before me. I am royal blood."
Can I history and see if she's just making that up? Or...
Yes, it'll be a difficult history check, but
Can I insight
This
and
is some
see if she's,
obsure
like,
history.
making that up?
I love obscure history.
you can fork religious doctrine. Yeah, I don't think so. I know 19 is a big number, but it's not 20. Yeah, something like, yeah, I don't think, there's no answer in your mind. Arcturus, you want to make an insight check? Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to, like, I'm not concerned with, like, is there actually a queen in exile, but more like, is this person pulling her legs?
She seems to believe what she's saying.
I'm already employing the path of least resistance, and I've got like my head bowed, going like, "Okay, can I go?"
And so, yeah, Little Fox has like crossed, after saying like no queens, like crossed her arms. She'll just like, not roughly, but just gently like reach out and just like push little kid aside with her big meaty arm and then take a step up.
So you're just going to push the queen out of the way?
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, okay.
So I think she just like, she doesn't do anything, but she like huffs and she's like, "How dare you touch me? I'm appalled." And like, she's just making a big deal, but doesn't like do anything as you walk by. And she says, "I will not forget your rudeness to me."
And I think,
and you like walk past her.
And just walk by.
Because Little Fox was like I think that pushes Arcturus like over the like what to do edge, and he quickly does some sort of like wavy motion that is like a half bow, half like
the awkward trying to bow and walk at the same time.
Something else. So he's just like, "So sorry, Little Fox's, people aren't her strong suit. My sincerest apologies." And he's doing a little like too much probably, but like
she likes it though. Like too much isn't enough for her. Who's okay, Malik, do you like walk past her? Everybody's kind of awkwardly shuffling past her.
Yeah.
I do a little bow and I say, though in exile, I am happy to see that you have managed to continue your regal countenance and found a people who will provide for you, even in your exile.
And she's still glaring past her at Little Fox, and she says, "The royal bloodline will remember those who slighted us and those who were good." And she like looks over at Ishi.
Yeah. I'm
imagining Ishi as the like first knight of the Kingdom of Chult. Ishi Snaggletooth.
yeah.
Wait a second. I can kobold my way through this like with the most aplomb of anyone because I have grovel cower in
Hell
bed.
yeah, you do.
So, unlike Little Fox, who doesn't bow at all, I apologize for the rudeness of everyone by like throwing myself at her
Okay.
feet.
Yeah. Do you have a role for? I mean, what does your
I
groveling
don't.
ability do?
What it does is
It's a combat thing, right?
everybody within 10 feet of me gets advantage against her, basically.
Right. Okay. Well, why don't you roll a persuade
Like,
check, Ishi?
She is distracting.
Roll a persuade check at advantage.
Okay. Hang on. I gotta open this. There we go.
This non-combat groveling
Yeah.
that's happening.
Nice, 19. Okay. She looks at you and in an obvious act of like mercy, she says, "Your little friend has appeased my royal wrath for now. I will accompany you up above to see the teacher." And she turns to the kid and she's like, "You see, little brother, this is how you govern. You must teach them to respect you." And he just looks at her like, "Bark," and like makes a little bird noise. And she rolls her eyes and she's just like, ugh. And then she follows after you as you continue to ascend. So up above, there's another door that leads out of the top level of the monastery, and eventually, I won't bother bringing you to the map, but eventually you follow the stairs. I'll put you on this one so you can see the outside. So y'all, all six of you, ascend the stairs up to the final area of Kirsabal, a much more humble building, in which you see a simple set of stairs, and in that empty room there is a shrine, another shrine. There is a sort of ratty mattress underneath the stairs, and a wooden statue that looks like part human, part like leopard or panther. It doesn't have any markings, so you can't really tell. And it has its hands out like in a scary, like I'm attacking kind of way. And I think if you want somebody in the group to make a religion check with advantage to see if anybody recognizes it.
It's Ooptow.
Is it Ooptow? Yes.
Hello, Ooptow. Nice.
Yeah. This time, not so much, Little Fox. Not so much. So, yeah, Malik, I think you recognize it because it's the same figure that was the stone golem on the bridge. It's the exact same figure. You recognize it as being of about the same age, though this one has been kept inside because it's made of wood, and it's been lovingly like polished and cared for. And it even like as you walk into the room, you can smell the oil that's used to like keep its surface clean and shiny. It's a very well loved ancient statue of Ubtao. Yeah, but as for any other like religious subtext, you don't know. And I think you hear. Also the floor, like this place looks pretty ratty. The floor has like a hole in it. You have to walk around to get to the stairs. And when you walk in, a very old, sort of faded-looking Aarakocra steps in from the balcony. Arcturus, you would guess she's probably like reaching the end of her lifespan. Her eyes are sort of clouded over and pale. Her feathers, there are places where the feathers are just missing. She seems like she might still be able to fly, but she's very old and wizened. And she comes in and she looks at the group of you and just kind of like cocks her head, and you can see her like taking the measure of you.
I'm still doing that. Like I noticed a statue and I put my hands up and I do the whole like, please don't push me off this as well.
Right, the statue comes to life and just bats you out the window.
Not this time, Mactel.
I think
sorry.
that like
I'm good.
recognizing her like great age, Arcturus probably politely says, thank you for making the time to meet us. And then like is kind of just like name question mark.
So the elder hears you say that and says in common, why have you come to Kirsabal?
Well, we rescued a warrior named Nafir.
And you have come to collect your treasure. Your reward, is that it?
No, actually.
Oh.
I spent years of my life among the Aarakocra on the plane of air and am very fond of them in general. Have not met your what would be like flock tribe group.
Yeah,
Thing.
your
Specific.
I have not met your collective noun.
exactly.
collective noun specifically, and wished to.
You come to Kirsabal armed with hammer and sword. Come smelling of battle and fire. You bring trouble to our roost.
The jungle is very dangerous.
You. And she like takes a couple of like lurching steps forward, like pokes you in the chest. You smell of fish. We eat fish around here, stranger. You say you know our ways. Ah! She like turns away from you.
I also eat fish.
Might we perhaps meet with your master, the teacher, at some point?
And she turns. She's like,
Dang.
and like takes a couple of steps forward towards you, and she says, "Disrespectful man, coming in here, pushing me around, saying I'm not teacher. How do you know? How do you know you have not upset the leader of Kirsabal? And she's like, getting all up in your face, like poking on you.
I do not think somebody who would take many years of their life and lead their flock to keep sacred a monastery not belonging to their own would be so distrustful of outsiders.
You can see her like squint at you. She's like, her feathers are all puffing up. And then she laughs. She's like, ha, 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 ha. Clever boy, clever, yes. And like pokes you again. She says, no, I am not the teacher. Just an old servant. Yingmatona will show you the way. Ashara waits above. She like looks up the stairs. And
A bow and like thanks.
And Yingmatona says, go on up. And you see behind you, Moxanare is just like watching, like she knew, right? And she wasn't saying anything. And her, the little kid next to her was also like, he has his hands over his mouth, like he was trying to just be like, it's not her, but is like keeping quiet.
I think there's probably like an anecdotal sort of like,
Yeah, my friends are pretty smart.
like back to those two.
All right. So you ascend then to the highest, the uppermost chambers of Kirsabal. You're a good 700 feet off the ground. There's a small landing up above, and there's another room with a door open. And when your footsteps, I guess who's the first one up the stairs?
I feel like it'd be either Arcturus or Malik, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, this is Arcturus' show, really. Normally he would take the lead when we're talking to people, but Arcturus
you want to lead the way?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you ascend the stairs. There's a door open. You can smell incense wafting from the other room. And then you hear a voice in common from the other room say, visitors, come in. I hope Ingmatora was not too rude to you. And you can hear it coming from the other room. It's just nearby.
Yeah, I guess I go in, and like while entering and looking around, be like, no, no, of course not.
Okay. So you
Like,
look around.
trying to be polite.
Yeah, you look around the corner as you enter the room, and everybody follows in, and eventually you'll all file into this little room. So the room and actually the like landing and all like the stone walls are decorated with frescoes of floral design. But you also notice, Malik, I think because you're probably the first one to notice it. The flowers are geometrical, like mathematical in very specific ways. Like you see the golden ratio in a bunch of the like blossoms, the way that the leaves are formed create like isosceles triangles. It's a very, like it would have taken a lot of math to create these frescoes in the way that they are. But anybody sort of squinting at them or just looking at them, they might not notice that necessarily. But I think that because of magic and stuff, you're familiar with the arcane, something about it kind of twigs to your attention. The room that Ashara is in is it appears to be a library. There was a wall with several dozen large leather-bound books up on one wall, and there is seated in the middle of the room. There is an Aarakocra woman, which I will show to you, with beautiful fiery red plumage and a like it's not a robe, but like a wrap. And then she's got a big like necklace of polished wood and gemstones. And you come in, and she nods at each of you. And Aarakocra can't really smile, but Arcturus, you know enough about their body language to know that she's like open and friendly and is like excited to see you. Her feathers are like poofed up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. It is our great pleasure to be invited to meet you. I am Arcturus Vuvaxith. This is Malik Al-Gharib, Little Fox, and the great kobold duelist Ishi Snaggletooth. And there's a little like smirk as like Arcturus knows that like Ishi would like that.
She's immediately just like straighter in her posture.
Which is hard to do because your body is like tilted forward, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, kobolds don't so much run as they scramble or use your front legs too.
We are scrabblers.
So as you introduce yourself, Arcturus, Ashara says, I had wondered, and she's speaking common, if you were going to find your way to our humble monastery. Nafir told me what you did for him, and for that we are thankful. What is it you seek in Chult? These are dangerous lands for outsiders.
We have been tasked with investigating the cause of the death curse. So that's what we're doing here.
And she looks at you and kind of cocks her head. Death curse.
Yes, it was has been interfering with the effects of restoration spells, resurrection, creating some problems for those who have been
Yes. The rotting darkness that comes from Omu. We know of it. And she looks at Moxenare when she's saying that. And then Moxenare says, she looks like she wants to say something, and Ashara interrupts her or speaks before she has a chance. And she says, you have met Her Royal Highness and the Prince?
Briefly.
Yes.
And Moxenare just sort of like glowers a little bit. You can tell that she's uncomfortable. So there's some subtext here you're not picking up. And so Ashara says, Moxenare and Na are guests of Kir Sabal, our wards until such time they can be reinstated
I am an outsider and was not aware that there were rulers in exile here in Chult. It's very interesting. I would love to learn more.
The great betrayal of the serpent, Ras and Sea. Much death in Omu. Once a great, beautiful city, now. She's like somberly, like shakes her head at the loss. These children, all that is left of that noble line. And you can see Moxonari trying really hard not to like tear up. And her brother, Na, is just kind of like clucking and like just doing little kid bird stuff.
Yeah.
He's got his little helmet thing down. He's looking through the eyes of this like wooden bird mask, and he just kind of like looks up at you, clucks.
It is part of our task. We have been sent from the Oracle in Oralunga to confront this Rasen Sea in Omu. It would be my great pleasure to do so, not just for our own causes, but also to avenge the loss of your family. He motions toward Moxonare.
Moxonare says, we must reclaim the royal seat at Omu. Only then can Chult acknowledge its queen, and we can rule once again. All Chultans await my return.
I never heard of you before this.
Then she scowls. That is because our existence is a secret, and if you tell anyone before the appointed time, she like makes the throat.
Okay. You know, I'm not gonna tell anybody. I just wanted to know if it was a secret.
She says, we have many enemies in Chult and beyond. The Principality of Waterdeep, the Duchy of Am. Our enemies are many. But once we reclaim our throne, all rulers in the world will know. They will acknowledge Chult and its queen.
Of course.
So, never mind. Arcturus, you do the song.
And I think that like Arcturus is just like, yep, whatever you say. Like, I would love to learn more about this thing, but like, I'm not gonna. Like, Little Fox already did the like shoving thing. Like, we're just gonna be like, yep, this is great.
We have already demonstrated how completely hollow all of this boasting is.
Yeah. So Arcturus is like, he's interested, but not like, I'm not gonna second guess you right now, sort of thing. So he's probably just like nodding and following along, and then I think he says, like, as our journey must take us to Omu, anything that you can share about what happened there, or perhaps what is currently happening, would be very, very helpful.
Ashara says, Omu is a nest of snakes now. Aarakocra are wise enough to stay away from serpents such as Ras and Sea. But if you are brave and strong, you may yet survive. But Omu is a long way away through the jungle. There is a way we may be able to help you. Give you a path above the trees.
That sounds terrifying.
It's actually not that bad, like, once you get used to it. And Arcturus has probably like done this a bunch of times when he was like Mr. Anthropologist in the plane of air. So
any assistance, of course, would be most appreciated.
A test first. The ritual that I have in mind requires a black orchid, which can only be found in the gardens of Nangalore. If you could bring me this black orchid, I would give you my wings so that you could soar to your destination.
Nangalore.
You make a history check if you want to try to remember that.
Yeah.
Or whoever's got the best history can do it with advantage.
Look at Malik.
Right, someone says Nangalore. You're like,
Nangalore.
What do we know about Nangle?
Sure.
Nangalore is an ancient Chultan myth. Like it's like you read about it in books, but no one has ever, like, no modern person has ever seen it. It's supposedly a beautiful garden that was built to honor an ancient Chultan queen. There's some like a curse or something there, or some tragedy, but you can't remember exactly what it is. But yeah, it's in the jungle, and it's an ancient garden. It'd be a great place for a mythical black orchid.
Right.
Interesting. In which case, I assume if you're aware of the orchid being there, it is, in fact, more than simply being a mythical place. It actually exists somewhere in the jungle.
She nods. Nangalore, yes. Not too far from Kirsabal. South and west.
And really far down.
She nods.
Well, it would be quite helpful for us to be able to fly to Omu to continue our quest and avenge your family. Nods to what's her butt?
Waxenari.
Moxenari.
Moxenari. Yeah, there we go.
Old Queen, what's her face?
Yeah. So I'm sure if the Black Orchid is necessary for your task, we would be, and looks around to the rest of the party, like, happy to obtain it.
I'm not so happy about all the stairs we're gonna have to climb twice. Any way to circumvent that?
Ashara looks at you and, like, sort of clucks amusedly. You could grow wings.
I've been trying, but it's not that easy.
And then she says, you are welcome to rest here in Kirsabal. Nifir will return this evening, and I am sure he would love to speak with you.
Oh yeah, you should talk to that guy.
Please, there are many empty dwellings below. Find one and be comfortable there. I will send Nefir when he returns to speak with you again. Then go and find for me the black orchid of Nangalore. If you bring it back, I will teach you how to fly.
I have a small question. So far, I've been mapping the island. Aside from history, cartography has been a little side project. I seem to remember that this garden, Nangalore, being mythical, being secret, is important. Do you want it to stay that way?
She says, we do not go to Nangalore. It is too dangerous. If others wish to visit, it is their funeral.
All right. And I turn to the queen and bow a little and say, I remember it being sacred to a queen. I just wanted to make sure if it was supposed to be kept a secret.
Yeah, Waxenare grins and she says, yes, sacred to a lesser queen from another province. Perhaps once I have reclaimed my throne, I will take Nangalore back and restore it to its former glory. For the sake of Chult.
Then I suppose I would avail you of the map when it is on it, so that we know where, with the...
Yeah, do you want to show them your map?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of like tiptoeing around asking, like, do you know where it is exactly, or is it just in this?
Yeah. So on the map, she points like this direction. As she said, like somewhere like in that vicinity, sort of southwest of you. And Ashara says, the great garden required much water. It will not be far from the river Olang.
Arcturus grumbles like a sound that is just like, boats.
That certainly makes sense. All right.
Okay. So I think then you go and you find somewhere to rest, and you can make plans. And we'll take a break here. And when we come back, if you want to have a scene with Nafir that night when he returns, if you want to talk to Moxanare or Ashara anymore, we can do that. And you can prep to set out for Nangalore and retrieve the Black Orchid. So we will do that when we return. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. This stream is brought to you by Roll20, an easy-to-use virtual tabletop dedicated to making tabletop RPGs accessible to everyone. Join the adventuring party at roll20.net. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's part 2 of today's episode of Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation. So it's evening in Kirsabal. The sun has set. There is a light rain. The weather above the jungle is quite different from the weather under it, right? It's a lot less muggy, a lot less like kind of sweaty and insecty. There's a lot more kind of airflow through Kirsabal. It's meant to be a place where one could come and view the glory of Ubtau's mighty jungle. And from here, I think we get the fade in on sort of sunset over the jungle. Off in the distance, you can see the not with any detail, but you can see the floating rock structure of the heart of Ubtau off in the distance, just sort of like hovering there above the jungle, sort of a dot against the brightness. And yeah, just like jungle laid out before you, and then off to the south, the peaks of flame, the dull red glow from their tops. And so what's everybody doing this like night that you have in Kirsabal?
Trying not to fall off Kirsabal.
It's a good call. Yep. You can do that by staying inside.
As soon as Arcturus gets it all comfortable, because obviously he didn't know anything about the like religious aspects of this particular thing, but as soon as he like gets it all comfortable, he would just be like questioning everyone who's willing to talk to him about everything to do with Kirsabal, and
just like digging around. Okay, who do you ask though? Like, do you just ask any Aarakocra, or do you spend your time with Ashara, like picking her brain?
I feel like there's a little bit of I feel like he's more comfortable with not Ashara, just because like he doesn't want to fuck up and say something wrong to like someone who's like, because he failed those religion rolls. He has no idea what this place is about. I think that it's really important to him to make a good impression, specifically with these people. So he'd be more likely to be like whoever's leading them to an empty house, or like if there was someone doing their laundry out a window, like just randomly.
Oh boy.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you're just asking sort of at random, asking people, like, they don't. Only the monks that kind of spend their time in the like the upper part of the monastery know anything about the religious stuff, and they just know that it's someone else's temple, and they're just taking care of it as a sign of respect because they're basically squatters, right? They didn't build it.
Yeah.
It wasn't for them. They just nested in it. The rest of them are just like Aarakocrans, like just people living their lives, like families of bird people.
Yeah, that's what Arcturus's like jam is.
Yeah.
So he's just doing anthropologist stuff.
I'm busy telling the monks about Ubtau. Like I know shit about Ubtau.
Okay. They're patient with you, but they're mostly just like,
Some of them probably don't even speak common, and they're just like nodding at you.
babysitting. Yeah. Malik, what are you up to?
I ask if I can stay and listen to the wisdom of the teacher.
Yeah. Okay.
And just see what it is that she does and talks about with people and listen.
Yeah. Okay. So you just like hang out quietly, like listening to her talk to other people.
Yeah, or ask questions. I think
Yeah,
he's
okay.
tactful enough to not be disruptive, but inquisitive.
Okay. Well, let's just have like, because it's hard for you to just listen in because they all speak a different language than you do.
If that was something Malik wanted to do, I prepared tongues.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I'd appreciate
Boom.
that.
There you go. So for an hour, you can overhear and understand all the stuff that she's saying, and it seems to be like mostly matters practical, right? Like she just gives people advice about raising their kids, or about like what food to eat. Like someone brings a sick hatchling to her, and she gives them advice on how to take care of it. And I think at one point the two of you are there alone. She's just dismissed someone with some advice. and she says, "You and your friends are dangerous individuals, used to spilling blood to get your way."
He scratches the back of his head and he says, "That's what I've found my magic gives me a talent for."
Every civilization needs its warriors. The Aarakocra are no pacifists. The Dukes of Wind gave us talons. It would be a disservice not to use them. But wielding one's power with wisdom is what matters. You and your friends are young yet. This is a lesson I hope you will not have to learn too hard. But if you are going to Omu, I think the road ahead for you will be dark.
And he feels, those words specifically strike him of, I guess, the group particularly. And he finds himself kind of confiding and saying, "It's strange. Ever since I've come here, I've grown much stronger. My innate magical power has grown in this land where I've had to test it over and over again. With the rest of my life, it's simply been delving into tombs, touching a trap with a mage hand before it went off. Here, fireballs, incinerating corpses so they can't come back to life. Worrying how much I feel my blood reveling when I do such destruction."
The jungle will teach you many lessons, Malik. That life is very strong. If you cut away the bushes, they will grow back. The jungle lives to consume and to grow. Life is strong, but a life is fragile. Learn to know the difference. Then, when you come face to face with death, and you will in Omu, you will know its worth. Power is good to have. Power can be used to make safety, to protect those things and people that you care about. But power, too, can be dangerous. Ras and Si did not understand this. Wanted power for its own sake. Now look what has happened, not only to him, but to all those around. Do not allow your growing power to harm those close to you.
He sits and nods and says, "Thank you, teacher. I will think on this." Yeah, and then maybe somebody else comes in and he just like moves back to the side of the room and sits and thinks for the rest of the night until we reconvene.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So meanwhile, Little Fox, what are you doing? Are you like finding a place for everybody to like rest that night, or what do you see Little Fox doing?
I think she focuses on practical things, so she's probably looking for a place for us to bed down.
Yeah. So you find an empty like dwelling. Basically, there's these little like lower level stone buildings, and some of them don't have anybody in them. They don't have any nests. So you find one and start laying out your pack and stuff. And I think while you're doing that, you're like unrolling the bedroll and kind of looking around. You hear like a faint like chirping sound, like a little like whistle from outside. And when you look up, you see the little wooden mask and the kid just like peering around the corner, looking at you. And then when you look, he like hides, like goes back around the corner.
Does he count as an animal?
No, he does not.
So Little Fox is like just gonna keep working and like do that thing that you do like when you meet a dog for the first time, where you don't make eye contact with it because it'll freak it out.
Mm-hmm.
You like pretend like it's not really there and just act very calm. She's doing that, so she's just kind of setting things up and deliberately not acknowledging him in a way that might make him feel skittish or threatened,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll see if he,
Okay.
gets bolder as
yeah.
I do so.
Make a like a charisma save, I guess.
Okay. I'm so good at these. I get a 2.
Okay. So you're like, all right, I'll just treat it like a pup, and we'll see what happens. And so you like start unrolling, and then you feel like something hard like hit you in the back of the head, and when you turn around, there is like a seed pod or something lying on the ground, kind of like rattling, and you see the like little angry face of this little kid like peering around the corner, and again he like hides.
All right. She picks up the seed pod and she just holds it. And the next time he's like trying to do something or look at me, just gets winged in the head with the seed pod.
Okay, yeah, make an attack roll.
All right. Which I guess would be a strength check.
It's a dexterity, like an attack, basically, because you're throwing a missile weapon.
Thrown weapons are strength.
I mean, are you trying to hurt this person, or are you just trying to make sure you hit them?
I'm trying to. Okay, yeah, like I'll roll. Oh, dex.
If it were like an attack, yeah, like it's a bit weird because an attack roll technically indicates you're trying to like do harm, but I think you're just trying to accurately like not miss in this case. Okay, so it just throws, and you miss, and it like flies out over and off into the jungle, and you hear the kid laugh like, "Ha! You missed!" And then he comes out and like folds his little arms over his chest. And he's standing there, and he's like little, and he's got his like feather cloak on, his little wooden bird mask, and he just stands in the doorway like, nice try.
Yeah, and Little Fox like turns to look at him, and just says, "Go tell your sister then," and goes back to setting up camp.
You are a monster. I have seen monsters like you before. You're an ogre or a troll. Why have you come to Kirsabal? Are you going to eat me in my sleep? I'm not scared of you, monster.
Why wait till you're sleeping? She says, and like gets up into her full height.
He takes kind of a half step back, and he says, "I am not afraid. I am a prince of Chult."
Goes invisible.
Okay.
And just like picks him up while he can't see her.
Okay, as soon as you disappear, he squawks like, "Ah!" and like turns to run, and you grab him, and you become visible again, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yank him off the ground, and he's
holding
just
him up. Yeah.
Yeah, and he shouts, he's like, "Sister! Sister, help!" And you just let him squirm around and shout for his sister?
Yeah, and she's like inspecting him, like holding him at eye level.
Flailing his arms and trying to kick you.
She's like, "Ooh, I don't like eating scared little children." Sours the meat. And like fixes him with a look.
Yeah, and he roll to intimidate.
Picking on children. Yeah, there we go. That worked.
He just like freezes up and just like swallows hard and doesn't say anything. And you can see he's just like, now he's actually like scared of you.
Yeah, and she like wags a finger in his face and just says, "I'm not afraid of you or of any queen or king. And I will never bow to you." And then like puts him down at the doorway and says, "Now go away."
And he makes like a cawing sound at you, like, "Ah!" And then like flaps his arms so his cloak like flutters, and he like flies away, like he runs off, like pretending he can fly.
Yeah.
And he runs off.
And Little Fox just like shakes her head and resumes.
Awesome. Okay. Arcturus, I think that in your searching, you're like walking around talking to people or whatever. You come out of a building just having finished talking to some Aarakocra, and you notice Princess Moxanare. She's watching you. She's standing on a slightly higher like balcony, just like staring down at you.
And I think like he looks around to make sure she's not like looking at someone else.
Yeah, and she's looking right at you.
And then like inclines his head and is like, "Is there something that I can do for you?" And then it's just like, I don't know how to refer to you by name, queen. I don't know. So he just like, there's a trailing off as
Yeah.
he's like,
She says, "You may call me your majesty, and should get used to it. When I reclaim my throne, everyone in Chult will call me the same."
well, I probably won't stay. I'm not this. I prefer the ocean.
She looks at you like that's the dumbest thing she ever heard.
But of course, Your Majesty.
You live under the ocean.
Not this one specifically, but the elemental plane of water is very similar.
I
in
have
a
not
range.
heard of this kingdom, this elemental plane. Where is it?
It's a different plane. Have you ever seen someone do magic where they open a door to a place that is not there?
She just looks at you like, what are you even saying?
It's a separate world from here.
Like where the gods live.
Very like.
Is that where Ubtao is? Did he go to your elemental plane?
I've never seen him there.
I
But
have not seen him either. He abandoned us here.
That is what I have heard, yes.
I think that if Ubtao came back, I would make him bow before me and kiss my ring before I would forgive him for what he did.
Well, it seems rather disrespectful to abandon an entire continent, so I'm sure that he would deserve it. And then, like, Arcturus does this thing where he's like, I'm going to have to, like, apologize for this later to, like, whatever god.
So she looks at you and she says, "Are you a warrior, Arcturus?"
I am a cleric, which
What is this cleric?
I suppose like a warrior of a god, not Ubtao. Istishia is my god.
I do not know this god. Is
Yes.
she from Waterdeep?
He is water.
How can your god be water? This is foolishness.
Perhaps.
Do you worship the rain, a puddle, the rivers? I don't understand.
All of it is part of a larger whole.
And if you pray to a puddle, does it answer you?
Sometimes.
I think this is very strange. You are very strange. How many warriors have you beaten in combat, Arcturus?
I do not keep track. That is not why I fight.
Are there no champions in your Lemental plane?
There are many. In fact, Triton are very similar to the Aarakocra that you've spent your life surrounded by. I found their society to be a bit boorish, honestly.
The Aarakocra are loyal subjects. They are keeping my brother and I safe from the forces that would have us killed before we can reclaim our throne.
It is quite good of them to do so.
It is not good. It is what is right.
Yes, I'm sure.
You and your friends are going to Omu.
Yes.
I wonder, what do you know about this place?
Not much. You could tell me more. It would perhaps be helpful.
I have not seen it myself. I was just small when we left that place. It is deadly. Ashara says full of vipers. That Omu is poisoned.
Well, I have a spell that... never mind. My friends and I intend to go anyway.
I cannot tell if you are very brave or very stupid.
Probably both.
She looks at you and she says, "Do you wish to please your queen, Arcturus?"
I do not have one.
Yes, you do. You are in Chult. I am queen of Chult. Therefore, I am your queen. And you would do well to do as I say. Do you wish to please me?
Yes. And he's like, he says it like, he's like, where is this going exactly? And there's a little bit of like a, like to the end of his word, you know?
Then you must go to Omu, and you must kill Ras and Si. And you must not die, and then you must come back here. That would please me, Arcturus. I wish for you to be a warrior for me.
And he's like, this is like, in his head, he's like, there was another woman who told me to go out into the jungle. And
Everybody just wants you to be tough, Arcturus.
And he's like, yes, I fully intend not to die. And it would be my pleasure to return.
Good. And when you come back, bring me one of those lemons you were talking about.
Lemon?
Yes, from your home.
Oh, it's not elemental. And he like he pronounces the common, like, you know, spacing it out, and then says it again in Aquan.
She shakes her head and she says, I have given my royal decree. I want you to bring me a lemon and do not die.
It would be my pleasure, Your Majesty. And Arcturus does the like same like weird wavy bow thing.
Good. Excellent. So, Ishi, night has fallen. The hateful, horrible sun has dipped below the horizon, and you are finally safe in darkness. And I think you are, I don't know, where are you right now?
I mean, if it's night, I'm probably like settling for sleep or like trying to find somewhere to stay, just because I know that everybody's gonna want to be going in the morning or whatever.
Yeah, you're a nocturnal creature
like,
amidst diurnal human people.
Yeah, I'd happily go now, sort of thing. But like no one else would, you know. So it's more like finding out where Little Fox has like bedded down, or at least like decided they're gonna stay, and putting all my stuff there, you know, at least.
Yeah. So you hear, I think as you're making your way down the stairs, you hear like flapping of wings, which is a pretty normal sound around here, but there's like a few of them. And you look over and you see a group of Aarakocra approaching. It looks like they're gonna land on the little like balcony of the monastery, which is kind of where you're going through right now. And it looks like they're carrying like an injured Aarakocra. Like two of them have another one hanging kind of like unconscious or injured between them. And they all have weapons, and they seem to be returning from a battle.
Are they gonna be okay?
I sort of like call out.
Yeah. You can see that a couple of people, like the monks and stuff, are rushing to meet them when they arrive.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'll go over to like where they are and see what's going on.
Okay.
Because you know, there's like some commotion or whatever, and sword fighting is, you know, it's bad for for the health of the people coming back here.
Mm-hmm.
If stuff is like close enough that it's a problem, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so I go over to see what's going on, and I approach one of the like warriors.
Yeah, so as you get there, they've arrived. One of them is lying on the ground, or on the balcony, and you can see that she's been like badly injured. She has like her armor is like rent. There's a big claw mark. She's missing a bunch of feathers. Her eyes are sort of fluttering, like she's in and out of consciousness. One of the ones carrying her recognizes you, and he says, in common, friend Ishi, and says, is Arcturus, the others, with you?
Yeah, they're like over there.
You know, pointing towards wherever it is we're staying.
I was just headed over there, actually. Is everything okay?
And yeah, everything is very clearly not okay. This is like an EMT scene where like the one on the ground is dying. and the other warriors are attending her or trying to, but there's still a sense of like, is she gonna make it? Like panic in the air.
I don't have a healing potion. I was gonna give him a healing potion, but I used the last one that I had on Arcturus.
Yeah.
You could run and find Arcturus because he can
So
heal
yeah,
people with
that's
literal
what
magic.
That's what I was gonna say. Like my next, we like check to see if I have anything, and then go. Yeah, I'll get Arcturus. Arcturus will be able to fix them. And scamper off.
Yeah, you scramble off to find, and Arcturus, Little Fox, and Malik, you are all in the little dwelling where where you were, where Little Fox set up for you to rest. So Little Fox, Ishi, that's where you find everybody.
I'm saying something about how like it's funny that she thought I said lemons.
Guys, Arcturus, Nefir's out there, but it looks like somebody's hurt too. So you should go like real quick. Come on, can we?
And I just run off like.
I grab my spell components pouch out of my backpack and run after.
Okay, all right. Is everybody gonna run along? Yeah, we're all gonna go too.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. So you get into the main room. They've brought this person inside. She's lying on the ground. Someone has run off to get a teacher, but Ashara has not arrived yet. And yeah, you see Arcturus when you come in. You see a woman, an Aarakocra, and she's lying on the ground, dying. Nefir is next to her, holding her hand, talking to her.
I'm here. How can I
Just heal it. Like,
right? Is it all right if I touch you?
She's like out. She can't. Like there's no talking.
No. And then I look over to Nefira and I'm like, may I heal her?
And Nefir looks at you and in Aarakocra says, "It is good to see you again, friend. Would that it were under better circumstances." And he gestures and says, "This is my nestmate, Kira, a brave warrior. We fought some gargoyles from Omu. She's dying. Please, anything that you can do to help."
Boom.
Okay, so you channel the healing power of Tishia.
Yeah, I get everyone a little bit damp.
Okay. And some of her wounds close, not completely, but enough to stabilize her. And instead of being in that like dying unconsciousness, she falls into a state of rest. And Nefir looks at you and says, "Thank you, Arcturus."
Of course. I would hope that next time we meet, there is no danger for me to save you from.
This is Chult. There is danger everywhere.
Right. These gargoyles, you said, did you best them? Are they still out there?
They are ever present. Filthy creatures, unnatural abominations spawned in Omu. They hunt us wherever they find us. That is why the patrols are necessary, to keep them from finding Kirsabal. This time we were routed. Next time, perhaps we will be better.
You said they come from Omu.
Yes, the cursed city.
That place is full of... Well, we shall be going there. Me and my party, and like motions to like everyone else. I should hope that we would be able to put a stop to this as well. Our list keeps getting longer.
I mean, you say like, we're going to go there with everybody. Nefir looks up and sees Little Fox and Malik. And he says, in common, good to see friends. Welcome, Kirsabal. Many thanks. And then turns back to you, Arcturus, and says, if you travel to Omu, you hold your fate in your hands. That place holds nothing but death for all those who go there.
Yes, well, that's one of the reasons why I suppose we're going. We are more than capable, but should you have a task there as well, be glad of the assistance.
Burn that ruinous place to the ground so that it might spawn no more horrors to plague us.
And then he looks like Arcturus flicks some eyes to Malik. And
yeah,
says,
and Nefir looks at you, Malik, and he says, Omu, bad.
Yes. Once we complete some task for your teacher, she will help us get there, and we will destroy it.
And he says to you, Arcturus, Malik speaks of a task given to you by the teacher. What is this task?
We are to go to the gardens of Nangalore. And
You seek the Black Orchid for the
Yes.
dance. I understand. Teacher wishes to give you wings so that you might make your way across the jungle.
yes,
She is wise.
There's dancing involved.
He shakes his head. A sacred ceremony to the Wind Dukes.
Ah,
If you return from Nangalore alive, you will understand the blessing.
of course. Well, I certainly hope that we come back alive. We wouldn't be very successful in Omu if we can't even get a flower from a garden.
He puts his hand on your shoulder and he says, in the garden of Nangalore, only ill plants grow. Be brave, Arcturus. And then he looks to your friends and he says, Nangalore bad. Jungle dangerous. Careful, friends.
We'll be careful.
And he nods and he crouches down and he picks up his like mate and he says, I must care for Kira now. She,
Yes.
as well as I, owes you her life.
It's, of course. It is entirely. It's fine.
No problem, bro.
Just it's yes.
Yeah. So the rest of the warriors kind of separate, and the Kirsabal goes into like rest mode. People come back to roost, and a couple of them go to like to do the night patrol. But the thing about Aarakocra is they have terrible night vision. So mostly they just stay like kind of alert. Like Aarakocra they're like parrots. They don't sleep the same way that other people do. Like they're always listening, and they're very light sleepers. So they're on watch, but they don't have anybody necessarily like flying around.
I suppose we should also get some rest.
Yeah.
I, for one, am still hurt from the climb up here and would like to rest.
Yeah, fair. That's good. Okay, yeah, you want to get some rest?
Long rest sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so you spend that night resting in Kirsabal, and the next day there is a heavy rain. You can hear it pattering off of the jungle. Maybe the sound of the rain like awakens you the next morning. And yeah, what do you do?
I suppose we should get started on the Nangalore biz. Yeah.
I guess the only thing to do is go down,
Yes, I didn't.
which is going to be as annoying as going up
So this
And
time
then we're
the
going to have to
Aarakocra,
again.
I say this time the Aarakocra like they'll help you get down and up, so you don't have to.
Okay.
You don't have to do the whole climb. That's just there to keep you from like rushing up Kirsabal. So yeah, you get assistance climbing down.
Rad.
Yeah. So where would you like to go, oh party of mine? What's the direction where you headed? You know that Nangalore is like somewhere in that direction.
I suggest we get
That
to the
direction.
river. We should go to the river and then go down river. Because they
Yeah, we
said,
could certainly do that as well.
So like here to the river and then follow
yeah,
that.
because they said it was probably very close to the river because it's a garden and it needs lots of water. So that's the closest river. We should follow it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Sure.
Okay. So you're gonna head into this hex this day.
Yeah, I would say so.
You go back and pick up your boat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yes, I pick up the boat if it is there, and I will
Uh,
carry the boat to the river.
Yeah.
Yes,
Let me.
finish.
Okay. Yes, the boat is still there. That's fine. So you you head down and you pick up your boat and let's do some wayfinding. So is Tishia?
Oh yeah, Tishy is all about finding ways,
This is one of those boats we got in a take a boat, leave a boat,
not about
Trey.
finding ways.
Mhm.
and so
That's how Chult works. Actually, it's like umbrellas. You just put one in there, and if someone takes it, you can't get too mad because you'll just be able to pick up another one later. All right, so a little bit of help. Arcturus casts the spell. Malik and Little Fox are going to lead the party with advantage. normal pace through the jungle. Okay, so you head out into the jungle, and mercifully, the day goes by with no event save the return to the massive rain. You're back under the canopy, just rain pouring down on you. The sounds of the jungle once again, and the earth under your feet. And you head out into the jungle. So this night, are you going to? It's rations, right, for today?
I believe so, unless somebody's going hunting. Anyone?
Doesn't sound like it.
Wheeler?
I'm
Okay.
better when we get to a river.
Okay. So
Yeah.
go ahead and mark off a ration for today. I will check the weather for the next day.
Hmm?
And then we will carry on. Okay. Heavy rain continues. Bad storm, just like pounding rain. Very poor visibility. But you're damp all the time, so that's nice,
So-
Arcturus.
I only have 9 rations left, and I'm feeding both myself and Ishii,
Uh-huh.
which means we have 4 days left unless we start
Oh,
contracting.
when we get to the river, I will provide as many days as I can. Also, I have create food and water prepared.
Okay, great.
So at the end of the day, I could make rations for the next
Okay.
one.
So that's
Cool.
that's the intent to go this hex.
Uh-huh.
All right, with a 3 for your bonus with advantage. So that's 9 total. Normal pace through the jungle. And then by the end of the day, no problem. I got to tell you, Lil Fox and Malik, you're killing it. You critically succeeded on both of these, like last day and today. So you're
Yeah,
just-
so it's actually like pretty easy walking. There's no bushwhacking we need to do.
Yeah, you're ripping it. You're finding
nice
finding
way to
the
get through.
most expedient path. And yeah, at the end of the day, you'll reach the river. Let's see if you encounter anything else today. So I think at night, as you reach the river, there is the corpse of a large fish, like a big like coelacanth or something, and it's rotting by the side of the river. And there is a pack of, let's see how many of them there are. There's 5 of them, so I guess like a little family unit of Pteranodons that are picking at this thing very territorially when you approach. I think one of them looks up when it sees you coming out of the brush onto the river's banks, and it like screams at you, trying to frighten you off from what it believes to be like its.
What is a Pteranodon?
Pteranodon is like a big pterodactyl.
Oh,
Are they actually like large ones, or what kind of size?
These guys are medium sized. They're human sized, so I would say that's pretty big, but they're not like.
Right, sure.
They're not
We have fought.
rock sized.
We fought the Terraphoke, who are twice as big, though.
It's
Yeah.
true.
perhaps we should just go.
Yeah, and so because of all the rain, you just sort of stumble into them, and they're just like, well, the biggest one, the mama bird, like shrieks at you, like back off, like rack, and like, yeah. What do you
I don't
do?
need to understand them to know that means we should leave.
We
Are
said
they like in our path in any particular way, or
You'd have to go back into the jungle and like loop around, like it would delay you.
Little fox.
and so I think Little Fox will walk like slightly apart from the rest of the group,
Mm-hmm.
and just say, "We're not here for your fish or for you. Just let us pass. There'll be no trouble."
Okay. Yeah. Make that roll that you got. No problem.
I get an 18.
No problem. So they look at you and then kind of like confer amongst themselves, realize it's probably not worth getting in a fight with y'all, and then they scatter. They like leave. They're like, nope, not worth it for this scavenged fish, and they flap off with a flutter of leathery wings.
and we're not going to take their fish because I've played Darkest Dungeon and I know that you don't go touching strange fish corpses.
Mm-hmm.
Not a good time.
Yep.
That was certainly effective. Thank you, little fox.
Yeah, Little Fox just shrugs and walks through the clearing.
Okay, so that's like the end of the afternoon. So you follow along the river. I guess you get in your boat a little ways, and you start up the river. And I think that you head that way for several hours while the light slowly fades. There is another encounter, but if y'all will give me a second to prepare it, feel free to RP some boat stuff while I build this real quick. Because I want to make sure I have a map in case this goes bad.
It's still raining heavy, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm just bailing the boat out while we're like setting up to get in it because it fills up as fast as like the rain comes down, right? So
that would definitely be a problem.
Because Ishi's no good for like rowing or anything. She just bails it. Like that's her job, bailing the boat.
I think Arcturus has he's clutching the medicine that he bought in his hand. And he's just like, no, it's only for half a day. I should save this for the whole day of travel.
Yeah.
We don't have in front of us. Just holding it and fighting with himself about whether to take it or not.
Yeah, Malik is he's got Volo's guide open and he's checking for different plant monsters, basically doing a bit of research before they get there to see if he can come up with anything that they might face there.
Okay, and what are you doing to protect Volo's guide from getting washed out essentially because it's raining really heavy, right?
I probably cast a weak version of shield above myself or something like Mage Hand and just hover it over the top of the book.
There's a Mage Hand holding your cloak.
Oh my god, yeah, that's perfect. The cloak, that's so good.
Yeah.
So you have a little umbrella to read under.
Yeah, I like that. That's awesome. Okay, let me get your canoe. Are you looking for anything in particular in Volo's?
No, just going through what the plant type
the obviously super amazing kobold section.
I mean, there is a lot of information about kobolds in there. It's true. Volo seems to think that he's got a pretty good handle on the kobold situation.
Volo doesn't know shit.
You tell him.
I was gonna take his hat. I let him have his hat, or I would have had it.
Okay.
Still one of my greatest triumphs.
So let me make a couple of quick rolls, and then I will get y'all to do the same. So let's see here.
There are not many different plants in Volo's. There's not one that got a bunch of entries.
Okay.
If we come across vegapygmies.
Okay, so I think the ambush that you ride into, it happens, but there's no you don't get stealth attacked. It's not a great ambush. You're heading up the river. The trick is that it's raining so much that you barely see, so you end up just floating right into it, right? And you hear a shout from some nearby bushes that's mirrored on both sides, raspy human voices that shout, "Russ! Russ and see!" And they burst up out of the bushes. And there's a bunch of filthy looking, kind of glassy eyed humans of Chultan and Chandathan descent with the blue triangle painted on their forehead. And they burst out of the bushes, ready to hurl spears at you. Let's roll initiative. Shall we? Let me move you over to the map, and we can fight some of these nerds. All right. So hold on, gotta move you a couple more. There you go.
Let's fight these nerds.
Okay. So I'll roll initiative. There we go.
Ishi did not get off to a lightning start.
No, that's very true. Neither did Arcturus. Arcturus and Ishi are both in the middle of performing something, boat deal.
I got a
Luckily
bucket.
for you nerds. the boat will act first because it's me at the top of the order.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we can-
Yeah, and looking around, you can see that you're pretty surrounded. They're all over the place, and they have definitely been laying in wait for you to get here, so they can attack you. So Malik and Little Fox, you will get to go first. But before we do, rather than start a combat, we won't be able to finish in a couple of minutes. Let's take a second break here, and when we get back, we'll see if the servants of Ras and Sea can, I don't know, at least put a dent in your whole boat travel situation. Stick around. We'll be right back.
These nerds are going to get rolled.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation, or Boat of Annihilation, I guess. I need some help from you. I need someone to volunteer to roll hit points for your canoe.
I will do it.
So the canoe has 5d10 hit points. So the canoe could be a very strong canoe. It could also be kind of a wimpy canoe. Let's have you roll.
I will roll.
Yeah, there's a lot of chaos plateau there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This boat has 33 HP. All right, a slightly tougher than average boat.
Yeah, this is an above average boat.
It's above average boat. All right.
It's a seriously gourmet boat.
So Malik and Little Fox, either of you can go first, and let's see how this ambush by Ross and C's cannibal warriors goes.
Well, my action is going to be to move the boat to the left-hand shore.
Okay.
I assume I'm at the back of the boat.
Do you have vehicle water? Do you have that proficiency?
Did not know it existed.
It
so
sure does. It almost never gets used, but here we are.
Yep. I don't have it. So.
Okay, so in a combat situation, trying to make the boat do what you want is definitely a check.
Yep.
So let's have you make a move. You're gonna try to move the boat, so we'll have you make a roll for that, and it'll use your action, like controlling the boat.
Yeah, exactly. I'm figuring this is my action to put the boat to shore.
Mm-hmm.
So
Which side do you want? The boat, because the boat's gonna move forward on its own every turn. So where
Aren't
do
we
you
going
aim
upriver? So it's going to move backwards.
Yeah, it'll move backwards, I guess, because you're going against.
Because we're going upriver. So yeah, she's going to try to get it onto the bank
this way,
so that we can rush these nerds. Yeah.
Okay.
To the left.
Okay. So this is going to be what is the vehicle skill
Is it
check
rooted
based on?
Is it rooted in dex or strength? Because I could see an argument for this.
I know, right? I could see an argument for both too.
In strength because I'm rowing it alone.
Yeah,
it's all about. But it, dex equally valid.
Also, like most things in Dungeons and Dragons are based on dexterity. Let's see, mountain vehicles. Here we go. Vehicle proficiency. Road vessels. If going downstream, add the speed to the vehicle. Yada yada yada. It's not an athletics check. There's a specific tool skill called proficiency vehicle water. It's a thing. You don't get your proficiency bonus.
And then it's what is it rooted in?
It doesn't say. It's a skill. It's a toolkit. I think Xanathars actually has some stuff about toolkits. Let me.
Because a lot of them still have a stat root. Like my herbalism kit is wisdom based.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm checking here.
If it seems like it's gonna take forever to find, we can just make a ruling and run with it. But yeah.
Okay. Navigating rough water. Looks like it's DC 10. I think it's probably dexterity.
Okay. Yeah, I mean I'll roll dex. It's fine. I got a 3 dex bonus. It's not like I'm crappy at it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna roll a dex save.
Yeah, if you don't have a bonus to your dex save.
So I get a 6.
Okay. All right. So you're not able. It's only DC 10, but in a dangerous situation, moving the boat quickly, it's not something that you're able to do this turn. So we'll move the boat.
I feel like the thing that happens is she wants to cut really sharply, but knows that will tip the canoe in the current. So she's trying to find a spot where the current is a little bit less, so that she can pull over. There's like a car behind. You can't merge, so you got to like wait and stop.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we'll go like this. So the boat it turns slightly with the water, and you're in the boat as it drifts back, and that's on Little Fox's turn. You have a move action, so Little Fox, you could jump off the boat if you wanted to.
Yeah, I don't want to ditch the boat though.
You also have your bonus action, so that's something else you could do too.
She's not going to rage in this situation because she knows that will get everyone killed. Because raging Little Fox would jump out of the boat.
Yeah, rage boat.
So we're not doing that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So Malik, what are you going to do?
I'm going to kill these guys with a fireball.
Okay. How many fireballs do you have available to you?
Technically 3.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yep. Yeah, so I will. If they're throwing spears, then it's going to be the ones that are closest that are going to be the most dangerous. So I will just drop a fireball to cleanly hit these 3 in the brush over here.
Okay. So they have 3/4 cover, so they're gonna have a bonus to their save, but you can go ahead and fireball them anyhow.
Wait, wouldn't the bush also light on fire?
Everything's wet though. Like lighting wet, even with like superheated magic fire, it's advantageous for them. They're covered in rain and they're hiding in the water or in the bush there. So
That's fine.
That is a high roll, isn't it? Seems high.
Pretty decent. Yeah.
that's
Pretty
good.
solid roll.
Okay. So I'm not even gonna bother saving because that kills all 3 of them, even at half. So, the rain sizzles as the fireball shrieks through it, lands in the 3 of them, and then huge explosion, the hissing of rain evaporating, and 3 dead warriors tumble out of the brush. Anything else, Malik?
No, I won't mess around with spell slots yet.
Okay, so it is their turn now. So these 3 are gonna move 30 feet towards you, and then I'll see if they're within spear range. They are. That one is. That one's not, though, so he's gonna move again. Okay, so 2 spear throws at disadvantage. Now, they're not attacking any of you. They're attacking the boat, which has an AC 15. So, disadvantage.
They're picking on something their own size, like an inanimate
Object.
water-faring craft.
Okay, so they're just throwing the spears and they're landing in the water. And then the ones on the other side. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 more. 1, 2. The fact that you're out of spear range is very helpful for this boat. Okay.
Are they rolling with?
They're rolling with disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah. But hooey, they're trying.
Yep. And then so that's 1, 2, 3, and then these other 2. They are gonna move first.
I just realized the fastest way to get this boat to shore is for Arcturus to just cast Destroy Water under us.
Right,
boom, we're on dry land.
One more throw. That one actually hits. So the boat, thunk, the boat takes a hit from the spear. And now there's this like spear sticking up out of it. Okay, great. So
You see, I was thinking of this earlier. If we're having trouble with rainwater accumulating in the boat, why don't we just put holes in the bottom to drain it?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And also the holes make you go faster. Arcturus or Ishi, either of you can now go.
I'll let you take it first. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at this and I don't have destroy water prepared, and even if I did, I would have to destroy a fuckload of water. It's a river.
No, I know. I'm just joking.
Just shatter these.
I'm not honestly suggesting that you do that.
I thought about using wall of water to create like a dam, but it's only 30 feet long. So the water would still go around it and fill up. So instead, I'm going to shatter these motherfuckers.
Okay.
My shatter is a 10-foot radius sphere.
Okay.
I can cast at 60 feet distance, so
let me grab your.
I can cast the center and hit those 3 just barely.
Okay.
Can I?
It's how many? 10 feet radius or 20?
10-foot radius. Yeah. Is it bigger if I cast it using a? No.
So it's like, what did we figure for radius? It was how many squares? It's 4x4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 4x4. Okay.
Yeah, they're just.
I can only hit 2.
You can only hit 2.
Okay.
No, I think you can.
Here, I'll place it in a second. Okay. I'm just turning on the aura so you can.
Because the thing with placing a template versus like how far you can move, because you move center to center on the squares, whereas the template is
Yeah,
within the squares. So
Yeah, so I can.
you'll
hit-
measure 20 feet, but actually it's
That's fine. I'll hit the 2 that are closer to us instead of getting the one in the back. It's at the very outside side of my range anyway. So if you just move it 1 square up and hit
just
the other
up
guy.
1 square.
Those 2?
Yes.
Okay.
And then it's 3d8, but I think I'm just gonna use my Wrath of the Storm. Nope, not that one. My Channel Divinity, Destructive Wrath.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's max thunder damage. And yeah, I'll cast it at level 2. So it's full damage, which is 24.
Okay. All right. These nerds get shattered.
It's a save.
It doesn't matter, even at half.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah, the jungle is just like shaking with the noise of the fireball and the crashing of the shatter spell.
Very
Things-
loud.
Yeah, things are hellish loud for sure. Cool. Okay. And yeah, bodies go flying, not all together in one piece. Ishi, what would you like to do?
I have only my bow to use here in the middle of the water.
Yep.
So I will shoot it at that guy.
Look, I'm sorry. I tried. I rolled low. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I can twang bow shots out just as easily.
Okay. So that guy's still got cover, but yeah, no problem. You hit him.
11 damage.
He dies. You shoot
And then
him in his face.
And then I shoot the. Do I need somebody? Yeah, he's not with it.
She's just perfectly nailing the blue triangles and all these.
Yeah. I'll shoot the guy at the back there.
Mm-hmm.
Patwang.
Oh yeah, get him.
Kablow!
Extremely dead. No problem.
Dead.
Yeah,
Dead.
two perfect shots, and down they go.
And then, my friends, I will action surge and do it again.
Yeah.
Firing 4 arrows in a 6-second span.
16.
But
Yep. That's
you know,
it.
that said,
11 damage to the guy on the left.
Dead.
did y'all ever see those videos of that dude who like practices bow fighting?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, just like popping off shots while jumping over things and stuff. It was pretty wild.
And 10 damage to the guy in the bush.
All right.
Did that guy live?
Yes, he did.
Damn it!
They have 11 HP.
They have 11 hit
apparently.
points. Yeah. So that guy, you hit him, and he's like, ugh, and he falls down, and you're like, yeah, I killed 4. And then he gets up, and he's just like, ugh, he's got his arrow sticking out of him.
Damn it, fall over!
Okay. Lil Fox?
Once more with feeling. Let's try to get this boat ashore.
Okay.
How many are left?
You can see 1, 2, you can see
3?
3 of them.
Yeah, fuck this. We're leaving. It no longer feels like a worthy threat. I'm not pulling over for 3 cannibals. Come on, get out of here.
Okay, so what do you want to do? You want to just try to use the...
We're just gonna keep rowing up river.
Oh yeah, this guy actually doesn't have 1 hit point. He has 3 hit points because that wasn't...
'Cause it wasn't
it's
a
not
crit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to row up river?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna keep rowing and we'll
Okay.
gunship our way
Yeah.
along. It'll
Make
be
the check.
fine. So let me just don't have 2 monitors today.
Mhm.
Dex check. I get a 6. Goddamn.
You're like, come on! So the boat continues to sort of like drift
It's bad.
off course while you try to get it
We don't even get out of bed for 3 cannibals. It's
going.
fine.
Honestly, it's a little weird given how quickly we can travel along this river that then as soon as like, there are guys that I'm just like, I don't even know.
Well, 'cause
Listen,
going in a straight line is easy, but like maneuvering it specifically to any amount of intent is
So I guess the way I will justify this in the fiction is that this is Little Fox trying to dodge spears being thrown at us.
Mhm. Yeah, that makes
Wait.
sense.
The way I justify it in the fiction is when we go onto one of these maps, there's that whole thing that
Right.
happens, and
It uses
all the
different
rules
sprites and
change.
everything.
Yeah.
It's just a whole other game.
Yeah, exactly. It's a whole other game. The sprites are different. The graphics is different. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody keeps the menu goes down to boat, and they hit the A button as fast as you can to try to get the boat to turn around. And it's a
Little
whole thing.
Fox's menu is boat, and rage.
Guys,
Yep.
no, I know a trick. If we have the turbo controller, we can power level in this area by endlessly looping in that one path.
Just killing cannibals over and over and over forever.
Yeah, we can do that.
Excellent. All right, Malik, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to missile them with my magic.
Okay.
I think. Let's fire.
So there's one that we know has already been arrowed.
Mm-hmm.
You could finish that guy off and then do some
Yeah,
more.
we'll cast a second level, 1 dart at the one dude, and 3 darts at another dude. Alright, so I'm going to cast this at first level, so it does the 3d4 plus 3, and then do a manual one against the weakened one. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Alright, we kill that guy. Exactly.
So that's against which guy? This guy?
Yeah, any guy with full health.
Okay. Yep.
And let's see if we finish off the one in the bush.
You
No.
don't.
Do not.
Now he has 1 hit point. So you hit the other guy who dies, falls face down in the water. The other guy in the bush, he's getting up, getting ready to throw a spear. He got shot with the arrow. He falls down. He gets back up. He gets hit with a magic missile. He falls down. Gets back up, all scorched, arrow sticking out of him. Ugh.
I'm like, and then I quick spell out a firebolt to just finish his measly life.
All right, let's see if you can hit him.
Jeez. Come on, you jerk.
Yes, that. He's got cover, so no, you miss.
No, I don't.
Yeah, unless you want to roll again.
He's
I
going
wanna
to
roll
use a luck point.
again.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Now you hit him. So the firebolt flies past him, hissing in the air, and then swoops back around and hits him in the back. And he takes 4 damage, and he falls down.
Yeah, he's like arrow out. He's like, oh, and then the bolts hit him, and he's like, oh, and then the thing goes past him, and he's like, thank you, and then I just kind of do that. Whoop.
Dead. Excellent. All right. That means there's only one tribal warrior left, one cannibal. So he's gonna run forward, and he's gonna throw a spear at your stupid boat. And
Wow, this guy's brave.
Well, they're not.
I know.
They're mindless, right? Yeah. So he they're ensorcellated by Ross and C. So he's gonna huck his missile weapon your direction. Hits the boat for 6.
Boat has taken 12
Yeah,
damage.
the boat has 21 HP now. Cool. All right. So, Arcturus, it's your turn.
I think that I feel bad, but also there's only one left and he's still coming after us. So I'll has this guy been damaged yet?
No, he's fresh. Fresh as the day he was ensorcellated.
I'll still toll the dead on him.
Isolated.
Okay.
Yeah, you can definitely still.
Let me make sure it's doing the right.
Blow him up.
I'll
What's the range on Toll the Dead?
60. Oh yeah, let me see how far he is.
He is 70 feet away.
Okay, so I won't toll the dead because I couldn't reach him. But guiding
You could
bolt,
try to awkwardly clamber your way to the front of the boat.
No, guiding bolt will reach him.
Okay.
Guiding bolt is
1 foot on Little Fox's
I won't
face as he.
Oh, you guiding bolt nothing.
I guiding bolt the front of the boat.
Yeah, you hit the water, and there's no guiding to be done. Ishi, would you like to try to kill this guy with your?
Of course I would. Let's shoot him with my bow. Patwang.
That is a hit. Yes.
Skerplow.
He is exactly dead. Down he goes, and that
Got him
appears
right
to
in the
be
eyeball.
the last of them.
Appears to be, says the GM.
I'm just saying that doesn't. There don't appear to be any more of them. They
Sweet,
seem to have been defeated.
Sweet, let's go down the
You're
river then.
pretty sure the ambush is over.
Good. All right, let's go. I mean, if it is over, it's over. If it's not over, spring the thing.
All of a sudden,
I love your attitude, Elf. Listen, stop fucking around. Just do it or don't do it.
Look, it seems to be over, but if we just leave, is it over? 'Cause
It
that's
could
what
be
I-
over. Perhaps it's done. Yes, you're finished.
like Little
Night-
Fox can now row
It's
the
like
boat just
that
fine.
like obtuse GM like nonsense.
Yeah, we know the encounter is over when Little Fox is just like, "Oh, here we go," and the boat starts.
And it works again.
It's the way the boat works.
You know the encounter's over when all the experience orbs like start coming towards you.
Yeah.
Everybody goes from their idle animation to their victory animation. So
Yeah.
Little Fox's victory animation is the same animation for the goalie in Blades of Steel. If you don't know what that looks like, look it up. It's great. So you're back on the river. You rest that night, and that's it. The boat does not get a long rest. The boat
I
has
wanna
21
fish.
hit points.
Yo, I have a question.
Yes.
Can our wizard friend cast mending on it? I know you're a sorcerer, not a wizard. I'm sorry. It's very disrespectful.
Never mind.
No, I cannot.
Damn.
The boat remains injured.
This poor boat.
I'm not a wizard. I'm not utility enough, I'm afraid.
Is there a skill set that repairs this boat?
You would need to like go out into the woods and like cut down trees and make planks and then hammer them into place and then tar the planks. It'd be a whole thing.
Can
Yeah,
I
okay,
fish,
it's a big
though?
deal.
You can fish, yes. Yes. We weren't really talking about fish, but yes.
I'm just really excited to fish.
Yeah, that'd
okay?
be the thing where woodcarver's tool or a carpentry kit or something would come in handy. Yes. Yeah, chat's got it. Okay, Arcturus, make that survival check.
Fishing.
You do not fish.
Rats.
You find no fish.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I don't find fish. I guess I'll use magic then.
A lack of fish.
Okay.
I go to
Magic
fish
dinner.
and I don't fish very well. So then instead I spell. I
Delicious gruel.
Yeah, look, I caught this magical mush for you to eat.
I love magical mush.
So basically I go fishing, but instead I'm just swimming.
Yeah. In the heavy rain.
It's great.
Okay. All right. So the weather tomorrow, less brutally rainy, just regular type rain. The river seems to flow from here into that hex next for the next day. So let's get a weather, or let's get a Ishtishia.
Yeah, and I think we'll just keep following this river for the next few days, probably.
Okay, you let me know when you're tired of following the river, and I'll let you go. I'll keep guiding you down it.
I use one of my medicine. Do I have to make the test, or do you just like it's fine?
Which the
contest?
the throat leeches one?
No, the one for whether the medicine makes me feel sick, less sick or not.
Oh, I mean that's purely narrative. It doesn't actually matter because that would be you putting because the problem that you're causing is purely
It's
narrative.
also purely
So there'd be no reason for me to be like, yeah, that thing you keep narrating that you're doing, haha, I'm punishing you for it. You're poisoned.
No, it's fine.
Yes, you'll follow the river for 3 hexes now. Yep, because you got high speed.
Yeah.
And also I have some experience for you. So let me check how much that is worth.
Oh, experience.
Yeah, for scaring off the Pteranodons, and then for... So one thing, just from a GM's perspective that's interesting about this adventure particularly, a little bit of stuff about Tomb of Annihilation. The random encounter stuff in Tomb of Annihilation basically just totally ignores challenge rating. It does not care. So we'll get into encounters that are clearly like a cakewalk for the players, but also there are encounters in the table that'll be like, guess what? If you engage this Cyclops, he will destroy you. I don't
There was a
care
Cyclops.
Yeah, the game does not care what level you are. It just knows what's in the area. It's very much a classic hex crawl in that regard.
Which is awesome.
Yeah,
It's really nice because we rolled that encounter at level 1 and level 5. And at level 5, it's a
Yeah, we
total
get to
joke.
see how
And
different
that's
it
quite
is.
nice to be like, yeah, we're awesome now.
yeah.
Yeah, it does more to make you feel your power level when the stuff is all
I
over
mean,
the scale.
there was a big dragon.
Yeah, you could have actually encountered, Cindelor or whatever, and she would have just shown up and been like, yo, what up? and you could have all died.
Well, and like that time she flew over.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, like
We could have been like, yeah, we shoot arrows at it and like start the fight,
Yeah.
and like we would all be dead now. But if we were level 12,
Ah, yes, walking around the
Mess up a
overworld
drink.
map, triggering this ruby weapon or whatever.
yeah, we ran into ultimate weapon.
yeah.
Level 10, instead of
Okay.
level 90.
So these dudes, let's see, creatures and monsters, they are worth how much a piece? A paltry sum of experience. There were 11 of them. The other interesting thing about this adventure is that most of the time, the worst you're going to run into is three. The worst you can do is 3 encounters in a day, right?
Yeah.
Or you could get an encounter before you go into a thing, which makes things like fireballing everything you run into more reasonable because the chances of you having to hold off on that stuff's pretty low. All right, times 11. Okay. And then times 5. And then I'll add these together. Divided by 4. Okay, everybody gets 131 experience. 131 XP for that day. Okay, all right, so now, where were we? Wayfinding. You get three river hexes this turn, as long as you don't get lost. You have advantage and a bonus of 9 at a normal pace. And now you are jungle river, same as usual. All right. Let me switch to my map and we'll see where you go. 1, 2.
I currently have 10,118 experience.
1.
Oh shit! I passed you up.
Yeah, the piranhas gave
Yeah,
you
that
the.
was a big deal, I guess.
Okay, let me clear some hexes for you.
Damn,
So
bananas.
morning. Here, let me roll my encounters.
Just out of curiosity, would we have gotten any hexes from being up on Cursor Bar?
Not really. It's all jungle. If there was anything to see that stuck up out of the jungle from up there, I would have told you.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, so morning, afternoon. During the afternoon. Interesting. What's everybody's? Is anybody's passive perception lower than 12?
I don't think so.
Yes.
Or, well, only Malik's.
Only Malik.
All right.
Mine is.
All right. So Malik, this afternoon, this afternoon encounter surprises you, and this one's another like it just happens to you encounter. So let me just grab. I'll go to one of my other river maps. You come across some unfriendly denizens of the river. Let's see.
Are they fish?
They are not fish. No.
But
Not fish.
Are they grunts?
They're not grungs either. Listen, grungs have a chance of being friendly. This encounter specifically says like anyone with a
Grung.
passive wisdom or whatever notices this right before they attack.
Oh man, I wanted to meet some more grungs. They made a statue of me. I want to tell them the statue is good too.
Okay, so let me make sure I'm using the right thing here. Yep. All right. Okay. So here's what happens. Y'all are going. It's mid-afternoon. You're moving through the river. The river is at a narrow part. You're in a tributary, kind of like coming back to the main branch of the river. When all of a sudden the group of you you hear a rattling kind of roar. I can't imitate this because it's a very complicated reptile noise. You hear crocodiles. They burst up out of the water, waiting in this shallow area, and try to grab people off the boat. They make that kind of rattling, that awful rattling
They got
crocodile
that
hiss.
sweet hiss. Yeah, they're
Yeah, yeah, it's a
Got
terrifying noise.
I
Terrifying.
hate crocodiles so much, and it's your fault.
are they beasts?
Yeah.
Can they breathe water?
I don't think so.
Okay.
crocodiles do not
Crocodiles
breathe
hold
water.
their breath.
They hold their breath. Yeah.
Okay, that was my question.
I can talk to them.
Yeah.
Yes, but they're not here to talk. They're here to yank you off your boat and eat you.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck about talking.
Yeah, they see something coming and they're like, ow, and they're gonna try to bite you. So let me pull you over to the correct river tile and we'll see what happens. Malik, you will not get to act on this first turn.
Okay.
But everybody else will get a turn. Go ahead and roll initiative, everybody.
I don't like how I'm already halfway hanging off the side of the boat. I appreciate that.
Yeah, sorry. There's no crocodiles trying to get you.
That's true. Which is good because they probably could incredibly easily.
Dave, there's a lizard man shaman hiding in the bushes. He summons more crocodiles. Actually,
I cast all my fireballs in one turn.
He pulls a suit of plate armor over your head and then summons more crocodiles. All right, Lil Fox, you're ready. You see croc sign. You see the little edge of the top of their heads, and then splash, and you're ready to act. What are you gonna do?
How deep is the water in this area? Like this part, because I would have been looking at the water and assessing this kind of thing because I'm navigating the boat.
It's a shallower area. I would say it's probably still over your head. But yeah, it's not 20 feet deep. It's probably between 10 and 12, depending.
All right, and it really is this narrow?
Yes, yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna leap.
Okay.
10 feet to here, rage, and beat the crap out of this crocodile.
Yeah. So standing jump, a long jump. If you don't move, standing long jump, it's half
my strength.
Half your strength.
So I can move 9 feet.
Yes, which because D&D is D&D, it
Would
rounds
put me
down.
here.
Yeah, you end up in the water. I think that close to the shore, you're up to your waist in the water.
Which is, I'll take that. And then I will recklessly strike this.
Okay. Everyone in the boat, make a group dexterity save. I'm gonna say DC 8. If 2 of you fail, the boat capsizes. All right. You see one more person to succeed. Okay, there you go. Sorry, Malik, you're
Yeah, so
you don't have to worry, but the whole boat.
The whole canoe dips into the water a little as she jumps out because she's basically pushing down on it.
So the boat tips and flops.
And surges around a little bit, and she's just clubbing this, hitting the crocodile in the face as it's coming up out of the water.
I just imagine Ishi scampering up onto the ledge of the boat and trying to push it down the right way.
Desperately leaning out to counterbalance. And then I will hit it with my maul.
Okay, so move action, bonus action, and then attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm recklessly attacking, so I crit.
Okay.
And I will hit it for 11 plus 2, so 13 damage.
Okay. Fantastic. You leap out of the boat and slam your maul down on its head. It's still alive.
For my 4 damage dice, I rolled a 1, a 2, and then another pair of 2s. This is the best crit ever.
Pretty weak. Okay, great.
But yeah, that's my turn.
Sure. So you leap out of the boat with a shout, and you enter rage and you attack. Okay. So the crocodile. Let's start with the one attacking Arcturus. So Arcturus, you ever seen a crocodile before, Arcturus?
Yeah, we've run into crocodiles before.
We have.
Okay. All right. Well, this one's gonna try to bite your ass.
This is where we debuted the shatter spell against crocodiles.
That's right.
I think that Arcturus attempts to he's holding his shield because he wasn't surprised and he knew this was happening. Then he's got his hammer in the other hand and he's like, "No, don't! I'm not." And then it just goes for.
Now I haven't rolled for their turn yet. Little Fox, I think you have a second attack. Yeah.
I forget that I am now level 5.
Level 5, yeah. Go ahead and make that second attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also with advantage, so I get 19. And I do 17 damage, which is quite a bit more than my critical did.
Yeah. So the first swing knocks the sense out of it. The second swing cracks its skull. The crocodile was trying to climb up in the boat and then falls off the boat and just blood in the water.
Yeah, I think Little Fox had grabbed its snout and pulled it around as she was jumping out of the boat and then just stomped on the thing. Yeah, great. Crocodiles, no problem.
Okay, this crocodile, I actually think rather than trying to climb up into the boat to get at Arcturus, it's just going to attack the boat. It's going to attack the side of the boat. So it climbs up on it and just starts tearing at the side of the boat.
You really have something about boats. I thought it was Arcturus.
I was gonna say boat gets HP, boat gets immediately destroyed.
Hi, welcome to Dungeons and Dragons, where if it has hit points, we can kill it.
I would like to say boat gets HP.
The boat's always had HP. I've never attacked it before.
Okay.
Listen, this is the thing, right? Is that, yes, I could just go after you and this would be over and around, but it's more fun to risk your means of conveyance. The crocodile does some damage to the boat.
It's like Lennon said, Adam. You got to seize the means of conveyance.
That's right. Let's see. So
Convey my sword right up this crocodile's nostril.
yeah, do it. Okay, so the croc, tears a chunk off the side of the boat, trying to get at Arcturus, and then Malik, you are startled by crocodiles. Ishi, there is a dead crocodile near you. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna move over here to the other crocodile. I'm gonna stab it real good.
Okay. Everybody in the boat, make that save again, but make it with advantage this time because Ishi's so small.
Am I also making
Yes,
this?
yeah, because we need to get consensus on the not tipping the boat over.
Okay.
I think you'll be fine.
We're good.
Okay, you're good. Yep.
Alrighty then. I'm gonna stab this crocodile. Pachow.
Okay. Yeah, you hit it.
12 damage. And then I stab it again. 16 hit.
Mm-hmm.
For 13 damage.
Forget you, crocodiles. So,
yeah.
just two quick thrusts. and the crocodile lets go of the boat and falls into the water, tearing a chunk off of it with it. The boat wobbles slightly.
Yeah, that's right. Big
what just-
lizards.
What happened?
Arcturus
Malik even acted yet.
Arcturus is like behind his shield going like,
It's a little bit of crocodile blood like sprayed up onto it.
Yeah, like he picks up his staff and he starts casting a spell and he just like looks around.
Nah, they're gone. We got them.
Little Fox is dragging this enormous crocodile to shore and pulling a knife out of her boot because she's gonna take its meat. If that's a thing that can do.
You can make a survival check, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna eat it if we killed it.
Well, so it takes a while to butcher a crocodile. Do you want to stop travel here?
I guess this is the rub, isn't it?
It is, yeah. You can stop for the day and carve up the crocodile, and we can just make this the camp map.
Was this the afternoon encounter?
This is the afternoon, yeah.
So would you give us 2 out of our 3 hexes?
Yeah, you would end in this hex, which is the second one that you're in.
Sure.
We do have infinite food, though.
No, it's totally fine.
We have
We are not in a
rules.
rush.
Yeah, but this is an important point, is that the infinite food tastes very bland.
Bad,
And
yeah.
But it's
Little Fox is
delicious
sick of it.
gruel. Oh.
so, yeah, Little Fox will stop here
It's
and
like-
just like,
Yeah, it's not good.
it's a matter of principle, too, that we killed it, it's edible, we should eat it. Otherwise, it's wasteful and bad. So, yeah, she's going to just be dragging this massive crocodile corpse ashore. And expecting everyone else to deal with the boat because she's just like, I'm gonna eat this.
You know, if you're sick of the stuff that Arcturus is summoning up, you can just ask me. I can. What do you like?
And she looks at you and just says, "Real food," as she's cutting a chunk off of this massive croc.
Yep. Just shrugs. And you're like,
I, for one, like the stuff.
Yeah, and Arcturus is like, well, technically it is real food, and it's
I feel like some garlic bread. I love magic.
all right.
If I could cast fucking conjure garlic bread, I that's it. I would quit being an adventurer. I would just be like, what's up? Boom, garlic bread. That's what's up. You want some different garlic bread? Boom, different flavor garlic bread. I got that magic.
I would just
Black
sell my
garlic
infinite
bread.
garlic bread for
Yeah,
forever.
that'd be it. That'd be my life. I'd be a garlic bread conjurer. Forget that.
Oh, that's Adam. He runs that garlic bread shop.
Yeah, the magic garlic bread shop.
It's called Bread Wizard, or
Oh, I would
And
call
it-
it the bread wizard of Thay. and
Yeah.
it would be so good.
Oh,
And
you're
it-
the
the
worst.
logo is you with your beard is a garlic head. So it's like a twisty like garlic head coming out of your chin. And you have a wizard's hat that looks like a baguette.
The funny thing about naming a restaurant because I could imagine like somebody opens this restaurant in Waterdeep and calls it the Bread Wizard of Thay, but that would be like someone opening a restaurant in New York that's like
Yeah.
Nazi themed. Like it's
Yeah.
not cool.
It's like really a bad idea.
Yeah, they're bad people. Welcome
Yeah,
to
don't-
Mussolini's. It's a restaurant that only sells mussels. You like seafood? Come on in. Like
Well-
you know, I mean, this is in bad taste. You know that, right? Oh boy.
Yeah, like Bane's breakfast or something.
Yeah, it's not a good thing. It would be a bad thing to do.
You can
Bane-
name
Bane
a dive
Bane
like a
breakfast
divey
is a-
tavern after an evil deity or something though. That's appropriate, I think.
Mm-hmm. So, you drag the crocodiles. You drag the crocodiles ashore, and you set up, I guess like camp. So let me make a little camp for you. And night falls. I need a campfire.
Some crocodile shish kebabs.
I try the crocodile.
It's good. It tastes kind of like chicken.
I don't know what chicken tastes like.
I mean, but Blue Jay does.
Tuna
From
is
now on,
chicken.
everything else that Arcturus eats will be like, tastes like crocodile.
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody probably just got blinded, which is okay.
I did.
Yes. Let me.
Very dark. The
A good
sun went
dog.
down.
Night falls. It's like in cartoons where suddenly like a panel of black just comes down behind the characters.
Is there like a solar eclipse on that weather table on like 1 in 10?
No, but that'd be pretty cool. Okay, you should all be able to see now, unless I didn't give you sight. Let me see.
Yeah, no, I see.
Yep,
Yeah, you can
I'm
all
good.
see. Okay, good. All right, so there's your little camp. You got the crocodiles. Little Fox, you are butchering a crocodile, skinning it. It's messy work.
Can you
So-
eat crocodile raw?
You can.
You can eat
you can
anything
eat
raw.
anything
it's
raw,
just
yeah.
not a
I mean,
good
but is it gonna
choice. Yeah.
Human bodies don't have the right enzymes. This is the thing. If you're used to eating uncooked
Right.
foods,
Arcturus is probably
probably
raw
okay.
crocodile.
Okay.
Great.
So
It's weird.
night begins to fall. It's not like sleepy time yet, but you're all kind of like sitting around the fire watching Little Fox go to town in this crocodile corpse, or not watching, as the case may be. And I'm just gonna roll something for no reason at all. Don't even worry about this until I tell you to worry.
it's gonna be another fucking yellow musk zombie.
Ishi and Little Fox.
Okay.
At one point, like in the night, you're just sitting, and you're hanging out and talking, and don't react to this because I'm gonna make a roll, but I'll lead up to it. We the audience see this, but the characters don't. So, Little Fox, you're sitting there cutting away, and there's blood pooling on the ground around the crocodile, and we can see very, very slowly these creeping vines just like crawling Muppet style along the ground. Really like corny practical effects crawling towards you. And then Ishi, what are you doing as because the vines are going to try and grab you too.
I am sitting, well, not sitting. I'm like standing near where Little Fox is, like cutting the crocodile, going like,
Ooh, I want that piece. Yeah, that one right there. The one you're cutting right now.
All
It's
right.
got like
Yeah, and so like she's like looks over at you as she's cutting it, and like is like this
this is enough.
this one, that
no,
one.
that one. Come on.
No, the butt. Give me the. I
Yeah,
want
so there's
the
lots
butt
of like
part.
pointing and she like yelling at Little Fox about which one to grab. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and so Ishi, same thing. Thorny vines like slowly crawling towards your feet. We're all like low camera angle as they like creep along, and then the assassin vines strike. So
Dun, dun,
the thorny
dun.
vines snap out, try to like snap up around you, and grab you. So they have advantage on these attacks because this is their first attack from being indistinguishable from a normal plant. So Ishi, the vines snap out at you. But
Not
you're too
even-
quick.
Not even close.
So you're able, you hear a creaking. Like, wait, what's that? And you see it, and then you like leap out of the way, and they
Vines!
snap shut. And then Little Fox, less lucky. I got a crit on that one. So
They're like already around Little Fox's legs as she jumps away from the one near her.
Yeah, totally. So the vines snap up around you, and the way we would film this in the movie version is that we start the shot with the vines all wrapped around you, and then we play it in reverse as the vines get pulled off of you. So you have that kind of weird like, and they like wrap around your neck, and the thorns dig into you, and you take 21 damage. Everyone roll initiative, please, because there's some assassin vines that you have stumbled into. And I love that the random encounter that I rolled for this one is literally the characters unwittingly enter the hunting ground of 1d3 assassin vines. So now that the vines have moved, you're able to pick out their...
You'd think the crocodiles would have a good time with these old assassin vines just hanging out in the river.
Assassin vines live on the land, and the crocodiles
They
live
are
in the water.
ground plants.
All right, and I will roll initiative for the
We never had assassin vines on the elemental plane of water. That's the first thing.
That was a pretty.
They
good
had
outfit.
assassin kelp, actually.
That was a pretty.
Yeah,
good
strangle kelp or whatever.
It would render you kelpless in a matter of moments.
Oh goodness.
Oh, and I beat you on initiative. Oh shit. Okay. So, my dear friends.
Fast ass assassin vines.
Yeah. So they snap you up, little fox, which means you are grappled. I'll put a little note on the fact.
Am I also restrained?
I believe that is the deal. Yes, grappled until the grapple ends. You are restrained. So let me find the. There we go. Okay, so it snaps up around you and it's like squeezing you. The assassin vine that attacked Ishi, I think is going to go after Malik this time, but not with advantage. I got a 14. So Malik, you're just able to dodge it, and it snaps out, and you like leap back. And yeah, like you see the vines, you look at them, and it's literally like these two bushes, and they come alive, and these vines are like snapping and flailing, and like waving, trying to grab you. Okay, Malik, it's your turn. What are you gonna do?
Okay, if they can reach me from here,
Sure can.
to let me just read something real quick. Spells, magic spells that I don't know.
And sorry, I distracted myself briefly. Was I hit again?
At the beginning of your turn, you'll take poison damage.
Right, that's how it works, right? I was like, 'cause I know that bad things should be happening to me.
Yes, they will, but that just means this vine is like dealing with you.
So it's like busy. Yeah,
Yes,
it's like
it's
attached
gotcha.
to me and it's just doing damage to me.
It's trying to,
All right,
trying to kill you.
that's fine. Let's see how you like being frightened. Get out of here, yuck.
If there's one thing vines are scared of, it's creepy sticks.
There is.
What?
I mean,
Are they?
I mean, it should work.
It works. There's no reason it doesn't work.
technically, they're immune to some stuff, but not
Not fear. Yeah.
Haha. They got rid of the fire taking damage, the frost damage. They didn't expect me to try and scare them away.
Run away, plant. Okay, so which one are you targeting, and what ability are you using? You're using the cone.
I'm using the cone, and I'm targeting this top one because I assume if I did it on the one that little fox is grabbed by, it will just take
Yeah.
it.
Hear
probably
me,
fear.
fine. Okay. So the charges on the wand.
I've got it set up.
I
I have it set as a
right, but you don't know how many it recovers, right? The point is, it's a gamble using it. And you don't know how many it started with.
no.
So let me just check real quick.
It would have been regenerating every day since I've owned it, though.
Yes, but it max. Yeah, it'd be maxed now.
So yeah, it should be at its max charges, presumably.
Yes.
Okay, so do you want me to take the tracking of it? Actually, I'll keep
No,
my own.
I have to do it because you don't know how many it recovers.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
gamble,
that's-
right? Is that if you use it too much, you might burn it out. You just never know how many charges it has.
Yep.
Okay, so this
Unless
is
you
two-
very meticulously keep track and play it super safe.
Yes, exactly. The danger is using it 2 days in a row or whatever, right?
Right.
Okay, so you use 2 charges from the wand. The wand emits, you point it, and it emits a terrible shriek. There is a cone of amber light that glows ominously from the end of it as you inspecto patronum or whatever at it, and the vine wriggles in fear. You've terrifying the vine. Let's see if the vine can make a wisdom save. Scared vine. Scared ass vine.
You do it, Vine.
It is not afraid of you. The vine flips you the bird.
Vine.
Gives you the old double deuce.
All right.
I mean, it would communicate in Vine, so it would be like
Right, so the thing it communicates is only, what, like 7 seconds long? And
Seven
it
seconds long,
just
it's the-
keeps looping
Like-
the same...
it's the lady on the reality TV show who had that she couldn't get any sleep, so she's banging pots and pans together. It plays that one.
All right, the vine is unafraid of your magic, Malik. What would you like to do?
I'll use a bonus action to Misty Step out of range of the vines. Over here.
Okay. All right.
Directly into the third vine.
That's right. Yeah. All right, Ishi or Arcturus, either of you may go.
I step forward to this assassin vine and I stab the living crap out of it.
Okay, you moving there, you provoke an attack of opportunity from the other vine.
Okay.
So it will attempt to grab you.
Bring it on, nerd.
Chow! Ooh, gets you.
Ah, damn it.
Which means you take 10 damage and you are grappled as you leave its area. So you're stuck here. Right.
All right, well,
there.
good luck, everybody. Have a good assassin vines party.
So it snags you up. You are now grappled and restrained.
All right, cool.
And to help me kind of understand and envision, so like the area that its token is in, that's how close you have to get to that to hit
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
That's the like
Its
meaningful
body, its body is like 10 by 10, but the vines are spread out throughout the ground. So like Ishi, you would have walked forward and then a vine would have just jumped up out of the brush and grabbed you. They take up quite a large space in terms of what they can get at.
Yeah, because they can't move so good.
Yeah, so it just means the grapple means your speed becomes 0 until you break it, and then the restrained means attack rolls against you have advantage, but now they're both tangled. So yeah, and then you're at disadvantage for attacking.
Cool. Well, that's my turn, I guess.
Well, no, it was only your move, so you can still, if you want to drop your sword and short bow or something, you can do that.
Can I break out of this grapple?
Yes, yeah, because you haven't taken your action, so you can attempt to break the grapple. It's acrobatics.
DC 14.
DC 14 acrobatics.
Acrobatics it is, my friend. Oh.
Ooh, okay. So no, not yet.
I get nothing. Never mind.
Arcturus?
Go on without me.
I'm gonna cast a new spell. It's Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
So what happens is it's a 15-foot like a diameter sphere. And
15-foot diameter?
Yes, they flit around you to a distance of 15-foot radius to a distance of 15 feet.
Okay.
It says that their form appears angelic or fey, but I think it's more like they appear like water elementals, kind of.
Totally. Yeah. Oh my god. You look like a 90s gift shop. They're like holographic dolphins and stuff swimming around you. And it has that watery light. So
it's totally true though.
Yeah, you're like one of those cheap lamps from like an aquarium gift shop. Little jellyfish.
Yeah.
I love this spell. So every cleric that reaches a certain level ends up casting the spell because it's fucking awesome. But it's really fun watching players pick it. Like Ramus in Court of Swords, his are just copies of him just shrieking angrily and like making fun of people and being obnoxious. I like that yours are little seahorses and stuff.
Yeah. And of course I choose the members of my party to be unaffected by it.
Okay. All right.
An affected creature's speed is halved, and when they first enter the area or start their turn there, they must make a wisdom saving throw. On the failed save, they'd take 16 radiant damage.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So you begin the spell. Now you're gonna have to get closer if you want to hit them.
Yes. Of course, I will get closer to the one that is I think that I will get closer to. I mean, there's a corpse. I'll get closer to Little Fox. So then it's touching both of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sure is. Yep.
Yeah.
All
Thus
right.
provoking the attack of opportunity of the third vine. I know there's a third vine in here.
So you, how long does it last? 10 rounds?
No, it lasts 10 minutes. So that's a lot of rounds.
It's like 600 rounds.
That's a ton of rounds.
No, it's not. It's not what I said, but it's a lot.
Many.
It's 100.
Lisa
100
Franks,
10 rounds is a
Laura,
minute. 10
thank
minutes
you.
is 10.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
You're a
I just
holographic.
put it there. Yeah, it's like 600 rounds, isn't it? I don't know. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. I put
No,
it
it's
there to
100.
I put it there to
It's
remind me.
It's a lot.
Okay, so you move forward on the Assassin Vine's turn. They'll have to make those saves versus. And is it doing radiant or necrotic damage?
It's. I mean, I would like it to do necrotic but it's supposed to only do that if I'm evil.
Oh, then it's doing.
Then
radiant.
it's radiant. I would be. It would be rad if it were necrotic, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The sea
Yeah.
knows no good or evil, Adam.
That's right. It deals neutral damage, no damage type. It's like a Bidoof. Okay.
It's like a doof.
No, it's like a Bidoof. It's normal type.
Okay.
Okay, so Little Fox, you take 66 poison damage.
That was a D,
That was
not
a
a
D,
TY,
yeah,
right?
six.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard.
Six-sided dice.
I heard
So
60.
you take 20 poison damage.
Yeah, I'm at 14. I have taken 41 damage before getting to rage, which is a problem.
Now you have your full turn, but you cannot
Yeah.
move, and you're at disadvantage to.
Yeah, so I rage, which gives me advantage on the strength DC, the strength check to escape.
Okay.
And do I have disadvantage on the escape roll?
It's dexterity saving throws, so no. You.
Okay,
you
so
don't.
yeah, so no, only on those.
Let me
two.
double check. Let me double check grappled. No, you're fine. Yeah.
Okay, great. So strength save or strength check with advantage,
DC
or
14.
athletics with advantage, I guess, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a 19, so I burst out of these freaking vines. She just like tears them off of herself.
Mm-hmm.
And I will move into range of this thing to assist Ishi in smashing it.
Okay.
Assuming
And
I can
that's-
escape.
Assuming you can escape, yeah. But I've already used my action to escape, right? So then
Yeah.
all I have left is my move because I bonus action ranged. So this is my turn.
Okay. Cool. All right, we're good. All right, the Assassin Vines. Now they have to do that save. It's a DC 14 Wisdom save. So top vine and bottom vine. So top vine saves. These things. Yes. Wisest vines in the kingdom.
Why are they so
You
wide?
have the wisdom of the assassin vine.
That's right. Tiny crayfish flit about their leaves, giving them mighty wisdom. All right, so they take what, half damage?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love you, Assassin Vines. All right, so they both take 8. One of them is Occupado avec Snaggletooth. The other one is going to try and restrain our friend here. So here comes the constrict attack on Little Fox.
But they took that 8 damage, so they're feeling it now.
Okay,
All right,
so it's a miss. Yep, you're able to just like batter away. The vines are all snapping at you, and you're smashing.
I
them out of the
imagine a
way.
large portion of Little Fox's AC is her like batting things aside and
Yeah.
stuff. She's very handsy when fighting.
And then the other assassin vine, it can stay constricted with you, and it can move. It only has a move of 5 feet, but it will move out of the range of your dumb spell. It's like ow, 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 and the mass kind of shifts. Malik, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to twin spell to 3rd level acid type chromatic orbs.
Okay, sure. One on each one.
Yep.
Okay.
Top one first.
Okay, yeah, you hit it.
Okay, it's 22 points of damage.
Okay, hold on. 22. There we go. Okay. Weird, I had a little bit of lag. Okay.
And the bottom one, is it 16 hit?
A 16 does hit. Yep.
Okay. God, I love this macro. It's so good. I get 18 damage on the second one.
All right, great. So you hurl 2 acid globules that streak out towards the vines, crash into their leaves. You can see the leaves withering and hissing as the acid burns them away.
Yep. And I'm going to spend my bonus action regenerating that spell slot by spending 3 sorcery points to get back a 3rd level spell slot.
Okay.
Actually,
And
sorry.
twin spell and whatever you're doing now, you can do both in the same turn.
Yeah, twin spell doesn't cost anything. Actually, let me just check real quick.
I think the premise was using and regenerating sorcery points on the same turn.
Actually, let me look up while other people take their turns.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't really matter because it's the end of your turn. It's not going to affect until your next turn. So yeah, double check those rules. Okay, Ishi, you're going to take some damage.
Presumably, I'm going to take some damage.
Yes, that's true. All right, poison damage. Here comes.
Hit me up.
Oof, 22.
I immediately second wind to get some of that back.
Okay.
Which is for 9.
Okay.
So I'll add back my 9.
Gotcha. Yeah. I got it.
Okay. You already got it?
Yeah.
All right, never mind.
Yeah, I got it while you're rolling. Sorry.
And then I will try and acrobatics my way out of this business again.
Okay.
I suppose.
Same thing.
Because any attack I do will be at disadvantage. Or can I even attack? Yeah.
Elf, I will posit the
Yeah.
following option, which is that you can yell at me to hit it with commanding strike if you want to.
Or
True.
you can try to break free. If you don't break free, 66 more poison damage next
I
turn.
mean, that's the
the problem.
breaking free is a good call.
Yeah.
certainly. Actually, question, Adam.
Yes.
Is Ishi still in the threat range of the other assassin mine?
She has to be because she got grabbed before she left it. It was as she was leaving. It makes the
No, but
attack.
it's moved.
No, but it
Yes.
moved.
Oh, yeah. No. She
Yeah,
still
it's
is.
still in. Yeah. Okay. I figured you would keep it in if you could, but
Yes.
just
Yeah.
checking.
Okay, well let's
Because I
try
guess
and get out.
Arcturus could like push it away if it wants to run.
Let's try and get out. And I will acrobatics. Pachow my
There
way
you go.
out of the lines.
All right. So you
And then-
squeeze free. Yep.
And then my friends, I will action surge and then tell little fox to blow stuff.
So hold on. Your action is to get free. Your bonus action was to get your hit points back.
Second wind doesn't take an action, doesn't do anything.
That's right. Fucking second wind is so weird. It's the only thing in the game that does that.
Yeah.
And action surge doesn't cost an action either
An
because
action
it just gives
surge
you more action.
Because it
gives
just
you
gives you
an
actions. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
Weird
then
thing that fighters can do is break the.
use my action surge to tell little fox to hit the thing. I'm like, kill it.
Okay. So little fox, you get an attack.
Yeah, like as you're like
second.
picking
Yeah,
vines
that's
off.
what I'm saying. Like, so yeah, it's fine. Second wind was
Well,
your
one
bonus
of-
action.
One
Yeah,
of
we're
them
fine.
is
Bonus-
not an action.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one of them
bonus
is not
action
an
for
action.
second one. Yeah, we're all good.
Yeah, we're good.
Certain.
Rock and roll.
Okay,
Okay, so
So-
second wind is a bonus action, but action surge is not.
and this remind me of the bonuses that I get when doing this. I make a single attack.
Yeah.
And then if I hit, I add your die to it. Elf.
Yeah, you add my my D8.
Okay. Is a 10 a hit, Adam?
No. It is not.
I rolled real bad. That is right.
Great.
I'm sorry.
Ishi is commanding you, but
And I don't have enough to do my second attack that I would get during that time because I need to take my bow out, and I can't do that while.
the mind is willing, but the body does
Okay.
not connect.
Rather than attack it, Little Fox just turns back and yells back at Ishi. He's so angry.
Yeah. Okay. Let's clear it. We'll clear out this round and then we'll do a break. So Arcturus, what are you gonna do?
I saw the other vine back up, so obviously I move forward to catch it again.
Okay.
I think I'll move here. Like either of them can go like back farther, but and then that was my movement. And then I'm gonna use my action to blah blah blah. I think Like, there's so many people over here, but there's only one person over there. I think that I'll just guiding bolt on the one by Little Fox.
Okay.
Why? Oh, sorry, I had advantage on. That was wrong. It was just 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind.
All right. Little Fox, it is your turn.
All right. Well, we're gonna put this vine into the dirt here. So 2 attacks. We'll do the first one. 15.
That's a hit.
All right. I hit it for 13 damage,
All right.
and then my second attack, 16 for 11 damage. God, I can't.
All right, you're just like
Yeah,
weed
roll it.
whackering this thing with a hammer, trying to kill it, and you're getting sap and plant juice everywhere.
Yeah, and it's like sending out more vines, and she's like ducking them or like batting them aside, and continue to just piling on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's getting pretty bushwhacked, but it's not dead yet. All right, so let's take a quick break here, and then Revenge of the Assassin Vines when we come back. I actually quite like. I think this is an encounter. This is what an encounter that's like balanced for your level feels like, right? Where it's like there's a good, because they have a lot of hit points, which makes it much less simple to just wipe them out. So it's cool. This is a good one. Stick around. We'll be back with more Assassin Vines. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Coming to the conclusion of today's Assassin Vine-filled episode. If we could just fight plants for the whole rest of the game. I love that you're going to a garden, too. Ooh. Ooh,
I
would
live
really
in dread of this.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
I would really like to pass on the fighting plants for the rest of the game.
So as a little preview, we ran into some assassin vines,
like-
and we're in the middle of tangling with those bad boys.
I like fighting with stuff with a face.
They need to make a wisdom.
These
save.
are incredibly wise assassin vines, too.
They still need to.
We'll see.
All right, so roll the damage for me, and I'll
It was
roll there.
16. Or I guess the spirits are attacking again, so it's not probably.
Yeah, it's like a fresh damage roll every turn.
It is, yeah.
Okay, 3d8.
Okay.
Wow!
Wow.
Mother
Piss-
of God!
Piss poor. All right, top one.
I don't even care if you say.
They take three. They take 3 damage.
The fuck? That is the poorest.
Adam.
Oh,
My God, why are you like this?
my
Why do you-
God. The wisest assassin vines
I hate you so
ever.
much.
Y'all could learn a thing or two from these assassin vines.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
learned how to kill.
So that's that. This one is going to move away slightly. I realize on my last turn, I could have the one that was constricting. Ishi could have done a different thing. It has another action that I totally just skipped, but that's okay. I'll remember for next time. They can only constrict one person at a time, but there's another action they can take while they've got someone constricted. But anyway, they're going to attack. And this time, the attacks are going to be on Little Fox and Arcturus.
Okay.
So Little Fox, here's the one attacking you. And it gets you for...
These are some pro-ass assassin vines.
Yeah, it gets you for 6, I guess, because you're raging.
Yeah, because I am still raging.
Gets you in the constrict, getting snuggled by the assassin vine. And
6 is a lot when I only have 14 HP left.
Mhm. And then Arcturus, one for you.
Mm-hmm.
That one misses.
Finally.
Yeah, so you're able to bat it away and block yourself with your shield before it can get a handle on you. Okay, Malik, it's your turn.
Sure. Just to clear up what I did last turn, with my bonus action, I ended up spending a first level spell slot as a bonus action to convert it back into a point of sorcery, so that this time I have 3, which is the amount that I require to twin spell Grammatical by 3rd level again.
Okay, cool.
So, attacking the top one first. Is it 12 a hit?
No.
Okay, let's lucky it.
That
Not
is
today.
worse. So no.
All right, and the bottom creature.
Okay.
That's a little better.
There you go. Yeah, that one's a hit.
Dave can't even bring himself to say assassin vine. He just says creature.
That hateful
So
thing.
disgusted.
Pretty much. Oh, nice. 27 points of damage.
Okay. So 27 total. All right. It is badly wounded. Many of its vines turning into a mulchy pulp, but it still lives.
All right, and that one's coming close to me, so I'm.
Just
That was the wrong way.
Just
But
gonna move away from the vines.
All right, folks need to kill this one before it kills me.
I'm
basically,
working
is
on
bottom
it.
line. Yeah.
Ishi or Arcturus.
Ishi can go first. That's fine.
Okay.
That's how we've been doing it.
Okay, I'm gonna move here.
Mhm.
Stab this vine.
Do it.
All right. Here comes the rapier hits. Look out! Skablam! 18 damage.
Taking them to town. All right, you kill the vine. You can see that it's exposed interior, sort of like its heart, essentially. I guess it's like an artichoke that way. It's the thing inside is all of its hardened shell of leaves and vines have peeled away, and it's got this big interior bud that you just jam your sword into, and it pops and goo comes out, and all the vines flail a little bit and then go limp.
Stop picking on someone your own size. Ah.
I was watching someone play the remaster of Resident Evil, and that's what it is in my head now. The plant boss.
Yep. Perfect. Okay, good. You have another attack, but nothing in range. you can finish your move because you started 10 feet.
I
You
moved 10 feet, yeah,
you
so
get
I'm
another
trying to
20.
figure out if I want to move into. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna move right into Assassin Vine territory.
Okay.
But I don't want to move through it because as soon as I do that, I'll get attacks of opportunity. So I'm gonna move there,
Okay.
which should be the border of that thing's range because of where I was before.
Because where you were before. Yep.
Exactly.
You got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Arcturus?
I'm gonna wade right into the Assassin Vine territory, and whack it with a hammer.
Okay.
Attempt to whack it with a hammer.
Have at thee, Vine. Yeah.
Do I whack
Yeah,
it?
you hit it.
Nice. 9 bludgeoning damage.
All right. Stupid plant. You're just hitting it with a hammer. It's so good. Bludgeoning a plant enemy is pretty funny. Yeah, okay. So you just wade in, knocking the vines aside, taking swings.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Little Fox, it's your turn.
All right. I am within 40 feet of this thing, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna move up and support my friend and protect my dinner by killing this assassin vine with a hammer.
Okay.
It's like Mario where you just hit everything with a hammer regardless of circumstances. You're just swinging overhead, just smashing into it. So I got 24.
Yep, that's it.
It's for 12 damage.
Okay.
And then tab back over to the character sheet. I'm very consistent.
Yep.
I hit it for 10
Another
damage.
10. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
It's still going.
And notably, I did not recklessly attack, so I will have my regular hit trying to kill me move next turn.
So can you roll some damage for me there, Arcturus?
Yeah.
Some actual damage this time, please.
Damn.
Whatever that was.
There you go. Finally. You deal it 13 damage. It's still alive.
Stop being so wise.
Okay.
You pick a few things up as an assassin vine. It's a tough life, but hey, it ain't
Yeah,
easy.
but what I've noticed is he's much wiser with his assassin vines. They're wise in groups,
That's right.
right?
It's the
Now that
wisdom of friendship.
Now that he's
You know,
alone,
Larry and I, we put our heads together. We can solve almost anything. Kill anyone.
All right,
We're
so it's
professionals. We're a team.
It's gonna try and kill Lil Fox. So here comes the constrict. That's a hit.
Mother, father.
I know, right? For 13.
Okay, so I take 7 bludgeoning damage. I'm at 1 HP.
6 damage.
You take 6. Yeah, it's rounded down, so you have 2.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
13. Half rounded down. All right, Malik, you see Little Fox get grabbed again. And Little Fox is shaking, having a hard time. Malik, what are you going to do?
I'm going to cast a 2nd level chromatical about it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm right here, little fox. I'll save you. I'll save your life.
That is not good enough.
No, it
I'm
is
going
not.
to roll it. And
9.
There's a lot of cyclical action here.
There you go.
Okay, we broke the cycle of failure. Good job.
So you've used 2 of your lucky points.
yes. And that's 16 points of acid damage.
It is toast. You finish the thing off. And it just dissolves into a mushy, smelly pulp and is dead.
Okay, well, before something else attacks, I'm going to heal little fox.
Suddenly, Steve the assassin vine.
That's right. The boss assassin vine rises up out of the brush. You may have
Okay.
killed my minions, but now I will destroy you. I'm wiser than 2 assassin vine. No, none of that happens.
Is it the God Vine or the Vine Father?
Vine
or is
Father,
it
yeah. No, it's
Vine
the
Fellas?
it's the Pod Father, and yeah, those
the
were
Pod Father and the Vine Fellas?
those are the Vine fellas. Yeah, good stuff. Gross.
Thank you for the 11. Oh, the 19 hit points. Damn, that's good.
Yeah. Good. So the fight is over. The assassin vines are defeated.
My magical holographic dolphins fade away.
Yeah.
Actually, I
With a
leave
twinkle.
them up until they go away.
Right, for 10 minutes. The sound of echoing like dolphin noises, just like
It's so good. Arcturus is
But
very happy about
Why
it.
would you keep that spell going? It serves no purpose at that point.
Listen, we're not going to go down this path. Nope.
Listen,
Don't
Nope.
selfishly
Nope.
indulge
Stop
in
it.
your
Stop.
magic.
Look, you ought to just stop it.
Sometimes
Okay.
Arcturus just cast spells for the halibut. All right, we're done. It's over. Dave, you get a turn if you want one. We've all made just, do you know? Okay, good. We're finished. We get a round of post-combat puns. Now you can rest. Finish your crocodile chopping, and I'll give you some experience. So at the end of this night, this terrible night to have an assassin vine, you're gonna get pop their character sheets here. You get a paltry amount for the crocodiles, but an okay amount for the vines. So the crocodiles are worth.
Would you say that tonight we vine in hell?
Get out of here. Get directly out. Just go. And then that's not a bad amount of experience. So everybody gets 400 experience. Okay, so they're the night passes uneventfully compared to the day that you just had, and you can roll for crocodile meat. It's D6 plus your wisdom bonus.
Yeah, sorry, hang on one second. I've gotten myself all mixed up.
That's okay. Nope, hold on, I'm trying to move you. Boop. Boop. There we go. Okay. 6 pounds of edible crocodile meat, of which you eat 4.
Yeah, and then we got the gruel for tomorrow.
Only 6 pounds? Wow.
Well, it's like usable, and also like meat of like there isn't that much like edible meat on like predator type animals. Usually, they're pretty lean and muscly, right?
Mm.
And then some of it probably got ruined by assassin vines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And since we checked the rules between the breaks, I would like to roll to see if I get my 1 charges back.
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
Which I can't not because I only spent 2, but
Yeah.
As long as you only use it like once or twice a day, you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, it's interesting the thing with the wand because we checked during the break. The person using the wand does, because they're attuned to it, they do get to track how many charges it has, which means the whole like using up all the charges and maybe accidentally defeating it's impossible because you always know how many you have. So I mean,
you'll know when you break it, but you might want to use the last charges in an emergency.
I guess that's the only, which no one would ever do, I think.
Yeah.
Like kill a magic item for one more use of it seems like. Yeah.
It seems to be
maybe if you're in a desperate spot.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Dave, go ahead.
It seems to be, according to the DMG, the distinction is rare ones or higher require attunement, but you can get like Wand of Magic Detection, which doesn't require attunement, and that one can like burn out on you, I think. Oh no, they don't even burn out.
No,
it's
see that's the weird thing. There's like a couple of those things where it's like, yeah, there's a very, very rare opportunity you might need to use it, but yeah, very low chance.
It almost feels like it's more there as a little like bit of flavor, like a nod to the idea that these items can fade away or something.
Yeah, but they won't. Like you never.
It's a pretty rare thing.
I think it's a legacy thing because it used to be you don't know the number of charges and you have to risk it. You have to keep track, but then guess at how many it has. But anyway,
and chat brings up some fair points too. Is that other wands might work a little differently in terms of the number of charges they use, that kind of thing. So the sphere wand, especially, is easy to monitor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there could be one that burns all the charges, but like casts something awesome.
In the case, yeah, like the Staff of the Archmagus, which I don't know if it still works that way, but you break it and it does like hella stuff. It's like the Gandalf staff, right, where he breaks it and it does the big explosion and whatever. Yeah. Okay. So let's roll for the next day. The weather of the next day is Ishi. It's dry and sunny. Yeah, that face exactly. Okay.
So here's a question.
Yeah.
We don't have a clear idea of where we're going. We expect it to be near the river.
You're hoping that it is, yes.
Yeah. So maybe we'll just do the full length of the river, y'all. Does this seem like a reasonable plan? We just
why not?
do the river.
I was assuming that y'all were just gonna follow the river until you're like, we're past where I think it should be. Let's stop.
Or until we see
Okay,
something that looks like a garden.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so we did 2 hexes yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're gonna do a full 3 today unless something comes up. Okay, cool.
Exactly.
Great.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you're gonna head into this next hex right here, and let me see. I gotta roll anyway. Okay. So your day doesn't last very long. It takes only a few hours before you see something exciting off to the side. So let me.
Is it artist Simber?
Yeah, it's Artis again, and he's just like, "Yo, what's up? I'm hanging from my butt from a tree." No, you see some ruins. I will read to you what it is that you see here. So, from the river's edge, box text voice. A fantastic edifice rises up out of the jungle, a hanging garden of exotic beauty. Water streams down the steps between 2 massive elephant carvings. Beyond them, a broad, flooded avenue runs arrow straight for more than 100 feet before ending at the carving of a Tyrannosaurus face. Water pours from the Tyrannosaurus's jaws and flows the length of the concourse to drain down the steps in front of you. 5-foot-high terraces flank the boulevard. Low archways, 3 on each side, are built into the terrace walls. These archways are in various stages of collapse, as are the tunnels beyond them. Beautifully carved, larger-than-life stone faces are mounted between the arches. A wild profusion of plants grows in the upper terraces, and multicolored parrots and canaries flit and sing among them. To the north, the dilapidated brick dome rises above the Tyrannosaurus head waterspout. Smaller, bell-shaped domes surmount the highest terraces to your left and right. So you have found with no question, you have found lost Nangalore, far enough up the river that apparently no one else has discovered it. And yeah, the jungle garden lies before you.
And there isn't a handout for this thing? This is like
yeah, we got a whole other map. This is like a whole thing.
Okay, sick. Yeah.
It's not even,
I want to see the art.
It's not even a handout. This shit is its own map. Let me see. Nangalore. There's grandmas everywhere. Here it is. Listen, this is the only place in the universe to get Nangalorean armor. Let's see here.
God damn it.
I know, right? The worst. The fucking worst. Okay.
Now I'm imagining Ishii and
right. Oh yeah, alternately non-galore, which
yeah, I would eat non-galore.
Yeah, totally. Okay.
If Ishii wore a Boba Fett helmet, it would have like the T thing, and then just your snout like sticking out.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Okay. I just need to grab your boat and place you on the map of Mandalore.
Yes, chat, you're right. Give Ishii a lightsaber.
Mandalorians don't use lightsabers.
I don't care.
Okay, fair. Totally unrelated. Fair. Got it. Okay.
Called sun. Go on. Don't get anything stick on me.
Okay, we're gonna take a quick stop in Camp Righteous so that I can continue scrolling. There's a lot of maps.
No.
It's like when you had to keep scrolling past the bit where
with the ship.
Yeah, the ship map.
Ship map.
Dead. All right, down in the bottom left corner, enter Nangalore. So I don't know. I think it's set for a daytime map. So if you zoom out, you should be able to see a great deal of this mighty ruin.
Yeah, except those massive shaggy black things.
I see crocodiles in the water, Adam.
Yeah. So I don't even think like you can see them from here as you approach. There's evidence of crocs swimming about in the water. Let me check if there is like a separate handout for Nangalore.
Yo, these crocodiles are so dumb. They could be standing on some dude's shoulders, and he could be walking across the river for them.
Yeah.
Like, what a bunch of fucking idiots, really.
Yeah.
Now you need to jump in the water and lift them onto your shoulder, and that'll earn their loyalty.
Yeah, exactly. And then they'll betray us later.
Yeah. So what do you do? You can see the waters are dangerous. These crocodiles, they've taken notice of you and are starting to kind of swim in your direction.
Are these smaller than the ones we fought?
No, these are
Yes, sir.
regular size crocodiles.
Yeah, they're like regular size because we fought giant
You've-
crocodiles.
No, the ones you fought before are regular size too. You haven't
Oh,
fought
wow,
giant.
just-
You haven't not fought giant crocodiles yet.
Okay, what about huge giant crocodiles?
No. Only crabs come in huge giant form.
So this is where we were going, right? The garden thing? This looks like a garden. So
It certainly does. Yeah.
Maybe stop.
I believe we're looking for a black orchid, which
Well, right now, I was just hoping to avoid those. I say, pointing. at
Yeah,
the
and like they're
crocodile.
starting to swim your way.
yes, we could go ashore, but I think that they'll probably still attempt to eat us.
All right, I want to try and scare them away as we get to shore.
Okay,
reckon,
when you say shore, what do you mean?
So let me ask some clarifying questions here
let's talk
before I
about some
decide.
stuff.
Because there's this little nook right here next to this big wall thing.
Raised avenues.
Is this like a 10-foot or taller wall that we would need to climb up, or is it like a curb onto a walkway?
It's you'd have to climb up onto this area here, but you could stop there and then do that.
And yeah, like it looks feasibly climbable. Because then my other question would be like, how steep is the bank with these like tree roots and stuff growing down it, and the elephant heads? Like that's got to be pretty tall as well, because it's got a waterfall. Like further ahead, so we may as well stop here. Is kind of the impression I'm getting.
Yeah. So there's the area here on either side. This is 0 feet. This is like at level with the water. Everything up here is 10 feet above. But these stone things are 20 feet. So like this interior area, if you're looking at it from the side, it's 2 raised areas with a courtyard.
Yeah, and then
in
it
the
dips
center.
back down. So there's a still I think us going to shore.
It's a 20-foot climb up here.
Yeah, we'd be better off doing that than trying to like climb out of the boat up a 10-foot
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So
I think that's a good call.
Okay. So you just
that'll
want to
be
pull the boat in.
choice. Yeah,
Zoom in a little.
and she'll pull it ashore and be like keeping an eye on the crocs basically while other people do other things.
Okay.
Because she's worried that they're
So
going to
the crocodiles don't leave the water, but they come over and they do that thing that predators do sometimes where they just like float around being like, we're waiting, just come take a drink.
You'll
dare
fall
you."
asleep eventually.
Yeah. So they just sit around watching you hungrily. Yeah.
That's
That's-
foreboding.
That's very foreboding. Perhaps we should go a bit further from the river. I don't think they're likely to try and eat a boat, do you?
Little Fox is not so sure. She's within 10 feet of the shore, so she's reasonably close to them. And so she'll shout at them. She's just like, we aren't for eating. Go away.
The nearest one hisses and snaps at you in disagreement. Like, says you.
I use minor illusion to make a hippo roar at them because the hippos totally kill crocodiles in my head. So
Okay. Make a nature check first.
oh yeah, see if I know that. Yeah, that's a
See if
good
you know what a
shout.
hippo sounds like.
Yeah, I know hippos. All about it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Hippos, they're the very, very hungry animal, famous for their hunger.
Make a you make an intimidation check using your like spellcasting stat then.
Okay. Intimidation. What's the difference?
Also,
Oh,
yeah,
it's-
hippos will mess up everything IRL.
Okay. Yeah, so they hear it and they kind of disperse. Where did you want it to come from?
Like from us, near us, because they're like dumb. Like we might have a pet hippo
they're crocodiles.
somewhere,
Okay.
like in the tree.
All right.
Excuse me, crocodiles are very smart. They trick humans.
Yep. Okay, so they return, they scatter and return to the water at the sound of your hippo call.
Yeah, they'll go for easier prey.
Mm-hmm.
And he does the thing where he's like pretending that he made the noise with his own mouth. So he's like, What do you think of my impression?
That was
I don't know what it was supposed to be, but it was pretty cool.
that's quite impressive. That noise you made.
And to Ishi, Little Fox mimes like a thing with a huge mouth.
Oh, yeah. Bigger crocodile. Good idea.
A crocopotamus. It's a
And
horrifying
there's
creature.
You've never met a crocopotamus? Come on.
there's some trees growing up against the wall here, so maybe Little Fox is going to look at the trees and see if, like, one, there are horrible like monsters living in them, and two, if we can use those to make climbing.
Yeah, the map is leading me to believe that there may be some horrible monsters living.
So
in
the nearest tree, I don't know if you've ever seen, like, this happens to trees in real life with regular sized spiders. The tree is covered in spider web, like an
it's
enormous,
cocooned in it.
thick spider web that connects this big bell-shaped dome up on top, and that thing is covered in spider webs too. And it is one of the like long, stretchy arms of the webbing is tied to the tied to that tree.
It's either a lot of spiders or some really big spiders.
We could just see if there's a different way in than right specifically here. That tree back there doesn't look like it has spiders on it.
Or we could burn the spider webs. I've always wanted to try that.
That sounds like the quickest way to make spiders mad.
You could do it if you want. You could breathe the fire.
Oh.
It's pretty high up. You could light the tree on fire and the web's in that, but the majority of the webbing is covering this big bell-shaped structure up here.
See, the thing about big spiders
yeah,
is
like-
if they're in the web, then they probably won't bother us if we don't bother the web. They just sit there and,
All right. Well, I'll leave it in my back pocket then. If the spiders become a problem, then we set them on fire.
Good choice.
Mm-hmm.
Solid decision.
Let's continue.
So yeah, Little Fox will move towards this other trees and bushes area and start looking for like a likely candidate to help us climb up this very tall wall that we're next to.
Okay. Yeah, I mean this tree is growing like part way on, like it's both, right? It's growing up the wall and it's kind of grown into it.
Some of
with
its roots are pulling into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well that seems like an ideal spot then. So she's like testing the strength of it, and like after introducing herself, of course, to the tree, and doing a like climb, and then she politely asks if she can put hands on it, and then checks it out, sees how sturdy it is, and is like complimenting the tree on how like strong its roots are. And she's like, oh, very strong, yes, and, like nodding approvingly.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah. You figure like this would be a good place to climb. Lower climb DC for sure if you're climbing up the tree's roots than just climbing the straight.
Yeah, because you've got some easy handholds and footholds. Yeah. So Little Fox will lead the way climbing with
This
and
one,
then let
then?
down some rope. Yeah. She nods, like having assessed it and been satisfied with the state of it. And so she just like indicates that she's going to climb, and she just like points up. And then starts working her way up.
Okay. I think probably it's a pretty straightforward climbing check. Let's just call it DC 10. Climb up the roots. Okay, no problem.
Climbing is athletics, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's athletics.
Yeah, so Little Fox hops on up, and she's like letting down a rope to help folks make the climb a little easier.
Okay.
Easy.
For maybe Ishi,
So,
the handholds are too far apart and she can't actually.
Yeah, you're like climbing this thing. It's like a climbing wall with the points too far apart. From
Trying to get at it.
Yeah, so Little Fox has been letting down the rope slowly, and I think at some point, you're like struggling, and then a rope appears,
then a rope appears. Yeah.
and I'll just like haul Ishi up, as is traditional.
Okay. So Ishi, make another check.
Okay.
Actually, it's a 20-foot climb. I'm gonna say just because there needs to be some penalty for falling. You stumble a little bit, get a little bit bruised. You take 4 damage,
All right.
and then you can make another try. There you go. Okay,
There
so
we
you scramble up. Arcturus is up there. Malik.
Oh, thanks for the rope. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you.
Okay.
Yeah, like you slip a little at the last minute, and Little Fox like catches your arm and pulls you up over the loop.
Cool. So you are you're now, if we zoom out a little so Chad can see the whole, look at this big ass adventure. So you can now see laid out before you the thing is a sort of C shape, and from here the only thing taller than you are these statues, these big bell-sized statues, and then the domes at the back end. They're 30 feet tall, as well as this central crumbling structure. This thing up here, and there are holes in it, and you can't see like through it, but it's starting to crumble. In the center, you can see there's that sort of little river with the water flowing down out of the Tyrannosaurus's mouth, and the sort of varyingly flooded areas within. Everywhere, brightly colored plants, beautiful birds nesting in the trees. And Little Fox, I imagine you think all the ruin is like an improvement on the garden, right? Like,
Yeah, she's really stoked about this space.
This is a garden that was planted in honor of an ancient Chultan queen thousands of years ago, and has been in most part reclaimed by nature. But all the seeds that were planted here, like there are flowers and plants from all over Chult here, even ones that don't grow in this area. So it's a sort of a strange and beautiful verdancy laid out before you. And I think rather than like do a bunch of exploring and stuff now, why don't we call our episode there? We'll do.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
We'll say some goodbyes, and then next time we play, the Garden of Nangalore awaits. So I hope you will return and join us for that.
I cannot hear the Gardens of anything without thinking of that one Homeworld level that was just impossible.
I think Gardens of Eden, I guess, or Babylon is where my brain goes.
I think that just like is my video game childhood trauma. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You enter the water temple.
The first thing I go to is the Hanging Gardens of Babylon.
Yeah, which I think is sort of that semi-inspiration for this. But yeah, cool. So we'll explore Nangalore next time. We'll be back next week with more Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation. And in the meantime, you should give all these cool people a follow. I will let them tell you where you can do that. Starting this time with Arcturus Vuvaxath. Blue Jay, what are you up to? Where can people find you on the internet?
I'm Blue Jay. Most days you can find me at twitch.tv/BlueJay or on Twitter at BlueJay_712. I also got a Patreon, mostly to just like fund improvements to my streaming setup and running little one-shots at conventions and stuff. So that's rad. You can find me tomorrow playing a 14th level D&D 5e one-shot on twitch.tv/roll4, the number 4, it. It's gonna be real rad. I've never been level 14 before. It's only a one shot though, so pretty much just like casting the coolest spells I can find for no good goddamn reason.
You know that feeling when you're like kind of groggy and you're walking downstairs and you think there's one more stair and there isn't, and you like jolt and your heart kind of drops when someone says 14th level one shot. That's the feeling that I get. I'm like, ugh, that sounds terrifying. I'm really excited. I'm gonna tune in.
Yeah, it's gonna be ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Cool. Thank you. Malik, Sorcerer Supreme. Where can people find you, Dave?
Hello. You can find me. I am Dave_human on Twitch and Dave_the_human on Twitter. Please look forward to a streaming schedule that will be posted this weekend to start next week. Oh my god, I'm going to hold myself accountable to doing things.
Hell yeah. Wicked. All right. And kind of coming to us live from the exciting state of Colorado, it's Andrew as Little Fox. Andrew, where can people find you and the things you do on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at Comedian Crow or on twitch.tv/actualfactual. I'm going to have a playtest of my game Girl by Moonlight on my channel, my Twitch channel soon. Just figuring out the exact scheduling of it, but I've got people committed. I'm working on a stretch goal for Hack the Planet, which is a cyberpunk Forged in the Dark game. It features a lot of climate fiction stuff as well. So you can check out my work there also.
Cool. And last but not least, it's Distracted Elf. Where can people find you on the internet?
Hello, my name is Distracted Elf. You can find me on twitch.tv/DistractedElf or at DistractedElf on Twitter. I can do this all in one breath and I don't have to take a breath at all. It's totally fine. I don't need to stop talking and we're done.
Well, you got more mileage out of that than I expected. Nice work. Congratulations.
Now I have a headache, though.
Now you have to go lie down. That was it.
Yeah, that
Go take a short rest.
gets you to your withdrawal headache.
Excellent. Yeah, so check out all the cool stuff everybody here is doing. We're all real busy. I am Adam Coble. I am the game master in residence for Roll20. You can find me right here with these nerds on Friday, like you just did today, or maybe if you're watching on YouTube, you want to watch live, that's when we do it. You can also find all of us Thursdays at 11 o'clock Pacific playing The Burning Wheel. And you can find me in other exciting places on the internet, like my Twitch channel, Adam Coble, or GMing 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons at ItMeJP on Tuesday nights. I'm all over the place. If you want to keep an eye on me, it's Twitter, Skinny Ghost. Go do that. We'll be back next time. And in the meantime, you should go check out Roll20, because not only do we got this Tomb of Annihilation business, but I heard something about some people getting gymnasty up in that place. So if you're looking for the apocalypse, go wander your way over to roll20.net. There's some stuff going on over there. There's always stuff going on over there. We're going to go, and we're going to make room for our dragon friends. So if you want some more D&D action, stick around for them. Otherwise, we'll see you next time in the jungle, everybody. Have a good time. Bye. See you later. Send your adventuring party deep into the jungles of Chult. The Roll20 module of Tomb of Annihilation includes the full contents of the original D&D book and adds immersive features like dynamic lighting on all battle maps, character sheets with one-click actions, copy and paste quick encounters, and other interactive features like puzzles and a player's map of Chult. Your next campaign can begin with just a few clicks. Get your copy today on the Roll20 Marketplace.